Hey, we're here talking bollocks. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
He almost reached 100.
How are you today?
Demon Scythe, are you well?
I'm good. How's everybody else doing?
Doing all right.
Good.
How's your decorating?
Oh, it's coming along nicely. I'm in the last 25% of it now. Thank God.
25%.
Yeah, I've pretty
Jeez.
much done the most of the house.
Wow. Well, that's cool.
Looking
Yeah.
good, yes?
It is. I'm proud of it, mate. I'm not proud of how painful
brilliant.
my back become, but you know.
He's proud of it, ladies and gents. Is it a job well done?
Well, being a complete perfectionist like myself, I'm never happy with anything. So I'm happy with this. So it must be good.
Join the club, mate. Join the club.
Perfectionists, OCD, and decorating. Oof.
Yeah, I know. Not good.
Not good. You've just got to kind of leave imperfections and walk away from them. But anyway.
Yeah.
Hello, Matt.
Hello. How are you today?
I'm pretty good today. How are you? Good morning.
I'm really good. Yeah, I gotta stop doing funny voices because I get into trouble for them. It's apparently you're mocking people if you do funny voices. So
Well, everything is
Yeah.
mocking people now.
yeah,
Seriously.
in my workplace, if I make a funny voice, it's like, no, you're mocking people. Don't do that.
You will not take the piss out of me.
Oh, we have a lot of international workers as well. So I guess they think I'm
Illegal
taking
immigrants?
the piss out of them. No, they're legal.
Nice.
Yeah, no, we do things the right way. We have a lot of criminals too, so
Have you just woken up?
yes, I have. It's just gone after 7 here. So
What a professional. What a professional, boys and girls.
apparently, the Duke of Edinburgh is still dead. So
I heard, yes. I heard, yes.
yeah.
I heard.
He hasn't come out yet. He hasn't arisen from the grave or anything. You British. I've noticed you British are very
Hail
patriotic.
Crowe.
We're not actually. It's the media that's
No?
patriotic.
Oh, really? Because
Yeah.
from what I've been reading and everything, it's just like it's been this and that, and I will miss him, and the Queen, and everything like
Well,
that.
look,
and I'm like,
he's a, he's a nice chap, and he's done a lot for charity, and he is the Queen.
yeah, even over here he has.
Yeah, but but the thing is, though, I mean, yeah, I do feel sad that he's gone. I feel sad for anyone that's disappeared off this earth, basically. But I'm not really into the royal family or anything like that. But
Can I
there you
ask
go.
you something, Mega Geek?
Mm.
Have you ever seen him in public?
I have once when I was in school, because I don't know if you guys used to have
That was a long time ago then.
Yeah, they used to line you
Yeah.
up. So when the Queen was going past or when he was visiting, they used to line you up on the street.
Yep.
Hello,
And,
MC.
he was talking to a couple of my friends. He never spoke to me, but he was talking to a couple of friends. He was like a hand's width away from me. So I have seen him in real life.
Yeah,
Very cool fella.
I have too, because they came down and visited about 20 years ago. But I was really there to see the Queen, and all I was seeing was him. So everybody's got to see the Queen of England.
Yeah, she's very tiny.
Who's
She
that?
is.
Mm.
But I will be sad when the Queen dies. I will.
So would I.
And
So would I. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. This week, no, last week actually. Last week, one of my best friends died. He was suffering from sickle cell.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, no, he basically, I used to go to school with him. I went to school with him, so primary school to secondary school, and he ended up being my driver, driving me to work because he used to drive for the BBC.
Jeez.
So he kind of ends up, and I used to see him every month when I work, and it's going to be really odd now to see someone
You had
else.
a driver.
Yeah, because I don't drive. So the
right.
company hired.
Isn't it funny? Because like I don't drive either. I've got my learn, but I don't drive. And when you tell someone that you don't drive, they think there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, that is true.
I'm thinking about booting both of you off the stream. To be fair, so you're quite correct.
It's just I never got the chance to learn. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's it. Because you just work.
You'll never have any money once you get a car.
I've already own a car.
Bottomless pit.
No, but the thing is, though, I hired him because he was my friend, and he was strapped for cash, and it was really great seeing him every week and stuff like that. And I can't believe he's gone. I only saw him last week, and he was suffering from sickle cell, and his girlfriend rang me and said that he died in the hospital. So it was horrible. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Horrible. So it's I did cry. I got to admit, I don't really cry, but I did cry. But
he's your mate. So
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's it's really weird how, like, I think him going, and did we not have someone else that died recently?
Prince Philip.
Yeah, I know Prince Philip. But
he died twice.
Yeah, exactly.
Not even Jesus did that.
I think somebody else. Did somebody else die? Maybe I'm mixing it up with someone else. I don't know. I think it was 3 people, didn't it?
Famous people that died, like
yes. Who was the
famous
person
guy from Just Shoot Me? The guy from Just Shoot Me. Yeah. Gary something.
This stream, if I'm not careful.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, may I just say good evening, Mega Geek? By the way.
Hello. Thank you.
I was going to say, are you okay? But okay.
No, I'm fine. Just that's life, isn't it? Really. Yeah.
It is. Taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crowe Birab, it's profound losing a friend. My best pal died before he was 35. That was in 2012. God almighty.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible when
that's no age.
Yeah, when it's so sudden as well, and there's nothing preordained about it. It just takes so long to adjust to that, I think.
Yeah, I'm still trying to adjust to it, but as I said, life goes on, and it's just.
Do you think it's sunk in?
Not really, but right. I'll just have to put up with it, I guess. Anyway.
Well, there's nothing you can do, is there really?
No. They're saying that I think there were only 30 people allowed to attend Philip's funeral because of the COVID.
I think he's keeping it. The kind of minimum due anyway.
He didn't want a state funeral anyway.
He didn't want any fuss. His words.
See here, if anyone dies, like of any sort of like celebrity, I guess you could say, all of a sudden they've got to pay for a state funeral, and I think that's totally wrong. I mean, fair enough. He is married to the head of the country, head of certain other countries as well. So he should have something, even though he's asked not to have it. But I think sometimes there was a guy recently. He was in charge of Mushroom Records here in Australia, and he discovered Kylie and all them. And so he died recently, and they've given him a state funeral. And I think no, you shouldn't. I mean, I don't care if he's discovered, like gold or something. He just shouldn't have. He shouldn't have a state funeral because it's coming out of our coffers. And if you knew where it is, it's in Melbourne, and it is just Melbourne is full of so many homeless, and I think the money could be better spent. And I'm sorry, I just that really irks me. I'm like, I mean, fair enough, special people, but not celebrities. I'm sorry, no.
Yeah, I probably agree with that, to be honest. Crowe Birab in the chat, hello Crowe, says, what a surprise, what's a face won't be attending.
Yeah, because they said that she can't take the travel, or is it the X amount of hours travel? Yeah. But Harry,
all those private jets.
Well, yeah, Harry will probably take the trip. And
Well, that's going to be a bit awkward, isn't it?
Ooh.
Yeah, it is. I think they're going to get attacked by the press soon, aren't they? So.
Well, I mean, Piers Morgan, I think he's actually flown to America. So
yeah, he's doing the rounds at the moment, isn't he? With the interviews and stuff.
Ben Ben Shapiro, yeah. Yeah. So I thought, he's trying to get back into American.
He's been offered like a lot of work ever since he left Breakfast TV. So he's because he's a controversial presenter, isn't he?
So people want him.
He gets the rating. So
he left because he wanted to get out. Simple, and that was the excuse to.
I think you're right there, Ian.
We have a
publicity.
We have a term for them here. They're called shock jocks. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Yeah,
term.
we've got that.
Yeah. So anything to cause a little bit of controversy, people seem to gravitate towards them. That's why Sky News in Australia has so many people.
Sky News Australia, amazing.
Yeah, have so many. Really, you haven't told us that before.
I'll tell you again. It's amazing.
A lot of the people that are actually on there are people that used to be on radio.
Fucking amazing.
And they have lost their jobs because of things that they have said.
Yeah.
So Sky News has taken them straight away. Some of them are ex-politicians who have also left in disgrace.
Wow.
Yes. And so, a lot of them are over there now, so they're in their little happy place now. So, and everybody's going there. Like a lot of the elderly, my dad watches it, constantly. It's on 24/7 here, and so my dad watches it all the day, And but it is because they don't really muck about as far as with the media, whereas the media here. The normal media, they go, oh, isn't that sad and everything like that, and they're like, why are we wasting money on this? And so it's always the opposite opinion with them, and the Australian media hate them. They hate them,
They do. But Pierce is basically against this whole. What's happening in the media on Twitter and stuff. That he's kind of on
culture.
He hates
culture.
it. He hates it. So he's. I'm not surprised that he's on the Ben Shapiro show. Not surprised at all.
If you ever watch the Ben Shapiro live stream, knock the speed down to 3/4 speed, and it's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
He is annoying, isn't he? He is annoying. I can only watch a couple of minutes of him.
I've listened to YouTubers with the speed cranked up, just for like time purposes, and they all sound like Shapiro, just on default level. It's crazy.
It's funny because he'll be talking about a show, and then he'll go, and I like to talk about mattresses. Now mattresses.
I know.
It's really
That's
weird.
the only thing what spoils it.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
I suppose he's got to make his money.
He has, I guess.
Shall we just quickly finish off with Prince Philip? Swap Shop, do you want to say anything about Prince Philip before we move on?
There's not a massive amount really that I'd like to say about it, but I was expecting all the detrimental jokes and memes to pile on as soon as it was announced. Spread all over social media.
I've seen a few nasty comments.
Yeah, I got a lot of straight away, a lot of risque, shall we say, messages through WhatsApp from people. Rather nasty jokes and stuff.
The thing is that I will give Prince Philip is the fact that I know that he was so dedicated to the Queen that he never ever cheated on her.
True. Yeah.
And
I don't know about that one.
Oh well, you look at all those children, that have caused nothing but trouble. And I honestly, but to me, I mean, I'll be shocked if it's not true. But to me, that's loyalty. To me, he was very loyal, and he did his job.
They were wedded in a different time, though, weren't they? They were
exactly.
They were betrothed in a time when marriage actually was a sacred thing, and it was meant something. They've always upheld that, and that's something I'll always sort of look to the older generations of the royal family for. But lower generations, don't know about that.
It's funny because everybody's thinking about him, but I'm pretty sure that the Queen is devastated.
I'm sure.
Of course.
She's probably not stopped crying.
Yeah,
she's known him since she was 13, isn't that right?
72 years of marriage.
Yeah,
That's all.
something to aspire to, isn't it? That.
But from what I understand, it was an arranged marriage as well.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I don't know about that one.
Moving on.
Well, I
It wasn't worked.
That's what Dame Edna Everidge actually learnt that from Dame Edna Everidge.
Matthew.
But, yeah. Well, that's
Matthew, do you want to say? Well, I think you've said enough. Actually, do you want to say anything before we move on about him?
Who, me?
No, him stood behind you.
Hang on a minute. I kind of am stood behind him if you look at the listing.
Yeah, that's what I was like. We're two Matthews. Come on, we've got two Matthews and two Ians.
Oh no!
We're in a paradise.
Jesus, I never thought that. Two
boy.
Ians, two Matthews. Fucking hell,
Amazing.
what's the chances of that?
Just realised
Yeah.
it.
So anyway.
Oh, dear.
Name. So
Thank God
yeah.
we've got
so-
hard to pronounce online names, eh?
I will
Yeah.
just say, I am Ian David, and I do believe somebody else is Ian David. What's the chances of that?
That's what I know.
Get
I
it.
know.
Oh, yeah. I've got another Matthew Pot that's actually my cousin's son. So, yeah, it's really annoying because they're like, oh, you're supposed to be 20 something, and I'm like, no, I know. All right, yeah, no, someone else.
Crowe in the chat. I saw a guy today that served in the army who met Prince Philip. He said he was a great man. I kind of get the feeling Prince Philip was a decent chap,
He didn't take fools gladly,
especially the Chinese.
and the photographers.
Yeah.
I saw a video today of him telling someone to F and take the picture or something.
Yeah.
I mean,
He had to
the
go.
thing is you gotta
He had to go at
understand
the
it.
Aborigines too.
he did, yeah. You got to understand, though. I mean, sometimes those people must be under a lot of pressure. Sometimes, do you know what I mean? And yeah, of course they're going to make mistakes and say things like that. But by all accounts,
He's the old
everybody says,
guard,
Yeah, he just says it how
He
it
was
is.
a nice guy.
Just the way
Yeah.
My
it is.
dad says some stuff that's totally inappropriate.
Oh, yeah, my dad
and
does
he's
as well,
only
yeah.
80, and you just go, just it's not funny. Even some stuff, you'd think would be funny, it's not funny. You just don't say those sort of things nowadays.
Yeah.
And he obviously, was of the same ilk.
He was, but as I said, he's been judged for, he's old school. That's the thing, and he shouldn't really be. I mean, I think he obviously learned not to say the word darky when he was in Africa and stuff like that. So he learned to. He did say it once, but he obviously
worse.
doesn't say. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
There's a lot worse. Yeah,
Yeah, there is.
There's a
Yeah.
lot worse now.
There is. I'm kind of with the Mega Geek. I'm not a royalist really, but he served his country. Fair play to the bloke. So I think a lot of people will genuinely miss him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame he didn't make the 100, but he
Yeah,
did.
would
He
have
did
been
say
great.
that he didn't want to. Believe it or not.
He didn't look too good when he came out of hospital.
Yeah, I thought
No.
that.
I think that was the end,
last
beginning
time.
of the end. Yeah.
I think maybe they knew that too, and they were like, "Oh, we need him to spend his time at Easter with his family."
Yeah, maybe he just came home to die. So maybe.
Well, they're not going
maybe.
to say that, so
Yeah, maybe. Well, I would say he probably had the luxury, knowing that, it wasn't going to be too long. So at least he died at home. So there you go. So sorry.
Sorry, I was about to say. This sounds really horrible, doesn't it? But I was about
Don't
to
say
ask
it then.
I might as well
Don't say it.
I was about to ask
for
everyone
fuck's sake.
how long do you think the Queen has got? Because she's in her is she in her 80s? No, she's in her
94.
90s. 94.
94. Yeah. I looked up last night on Google. I was like, how old's the Queen? Because when they got married and that, she was when she first met him, she was 13, and they first corresponded when she was 13, so he would have been 19.
Mm.
And
shall
so,
we?
okay. We won't go up that.
Yeah. I'll just say rest in peace, Prince Philip. But I'll leave the last word with Crowe. I have had my opinions on the royals, both positive and negative. So yeah, we'll leave it on that.
Mm-hmm.
The negative are with the young ones.
Well, yes. Young ones, the world's changing, so
it's not our world anymore. So
yeah, exactly. Who are we to say that they're wrong or right? Just let them do their thing, isn't it? It's their turn now,
Shall we?
God, you have to put this up, would you? Why did you put this up?
Shall we move on?
Yeah, move on from that picture, please.
Before we say anything, I shit you not, she looks like my ex-girlfriend.
Oh,
is this the one from Edinburgh?
Is that a bad thing?
No, it was a Londoner called Lisa. She was a good girl, yeah.
Well, it's. I'm not going to judge this. I'm gonna. If it's a really bad film, yes, I will slag it off. But as it stands now, we don't know. I think it's a bad idea. They've got her involved in this.
Absolutely.
She's starring, isn't she?
Yeah. So we'll find out, right?
Oh! I know who she is now. She's that bloody robot from Solo, isn't she?
That's right.
Oh shit! Oh,
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
You can tell she's working class with a name like that, can't you?
Oh yes, she was brought in to
James Bond
wokeify or destroy what
too.
little masculinity we had left in Bond, I would assume.
Yep.
Would you agree with that, Mega Geek?
Yeah, it seems that way, but then we can't judge because we haven't seen the film, so we will find out if they do decide to release it, and we'll find out if it has been wokeified or not.
Swap Shop,
as the case may be.
Anything to add? Any thoughts?
Oh God! Oh my God!
This will be good. This will be good.
As soon as I saw this, I was painting the ceiling. I had one hand above my head.
You fell off the ladder,
and the other one holding a tray full of paint. Right, and
God.
behind me the TV was playing, and the article came up on someone's channel. It just came up, and I sighed so hard I almost fell off the footstool. And still paint everywhere. Right, my eyes rolled back into my head, and I was left with a headache afterwards. It was just, I don't know why I didn't see this coming, really. Maybe I did, and I just kind of chose to ignore it. But yeah, if it's not going to be Indiana Jones, it's going to be some other franchise with a straight white male character of shining symbol of the patriarchy in the lead role, isn't it? We've done
I'm
Bond,
thinking,
Indiana Jones. We've cucked the main characters of Star Wars. It's like, who can we tick off next? And it's like, oh, Indiana Jones is next. It's like they're just going down a list of characters to execute. That's what's going to happen. I swear to you, that's what's going to happen in this film. It is going to be one massive woke fest of him being led around by his dick, by her, who ultimately takes the fedora from him and completely changes the franchise going forward, all through Kathleen Kennedy's ideology and her initiative.
But we do have the power. You do realise that, don't you? We have the power not to watch it.
Yeah.
That's all you can do. Really.
I mean, people are so critical of Crystal Skull. And yet that movie made
I like
nearly two. I do too. And a lot of people went to see it. It made nearly $2 billion. It made a lot of money. It made a shit ton of money. Mm-hmm. And that's the reason why they're making a fifth one, Yeah. And to me, it always seemed like another Indiana Jones adventure. It never seemed like, this is the end of Indiana Jones. It just seemed like another adventure for me. Although I didn't like the bit where he got married. But other than that, because I just thought, Indiana Jones wouldn't do that. He'd be like, he wouldn't show up at the wedding, that sort of thing. But,
too busy digging a hole.
Too busy in the catacombs under the church, wouldn't he?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. And so, but this one, this is just so unnecessary. They just don't need it at all. And
but the thing is, though,
he's too old anyway.
Yeah, but that's what they should do is
that's why they want to replace him.
If they're going to make another Indiana Jones, get someone to play Indiana Jones. If Spielberg's not in charge, get some new talent to, not reboot it, but carry. It's like James Bond, right? They replaced Connery with, Lazenby, and then do that with Indiana Jones. Replace
do that, yes,
and carry on the adventure. Yeah, that's what they should do.
Problem
Instead
is,
of keeping
Harrison Ford is hard to replace.
No, he's not. You can replace him. That's the thing.
That's why Solo went so well.
No.
Solo lost money, by the way.
They said that you would never be able to replace Sean Connery as Bond, and they did it. So it's only a matter of time.
Hey, I met his replacement. He's an asshole. I met he was an absolute prick. But
to preserve the actual series of Indiana Jones, they should treat it like Bond and get somebody else to play Indy, and recreate it again.
Yeah,
that's what they should do.
But they probably haven't thought of that.
Have they left it too late though, Ian? Because it's like because it's 40 years, and Connery had only been doing it for 10,
something like that.
So so maybe they left it too late, and he's so ingrained in culture now that But
when was Raiders? What year was Raiders out?
81.
81. So it's a long time ago.
Maybe they should have just done a film this year for the 40th and just left it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, though, as I said, right, if I was in charge, first of all, I'd make sure that it's an ass-kicking male movie where Indiana Jones is all muscle and punching people and being a total male. And secondly, I would try and cast someone. I mean, everybody keeps saying Pratt, Pratt would be a good Indiana Jones, maybe. Or maybe get someone new, and get a different spin on it,
What will they do with the Shia LaBeouf character?
Oh, that we'll just forget about that.
Turn him into a robot.
Exactly. Yeah, James Bond got married, didn't he? In what is it? On the Majesty's Secret Service, and slowly as the show went on, it was forgotten about. Wasn't it? Yeah, so might as well forget about that as well.
Although it was revisited in the Roger Moore
and For Eyes Only as well. Yeah. Yeah, For Eyes Only. Yeah. And Spy
when he
Love
went to the cemetery and got kidnapped by Blofeld.
May I ask the panel a question?
Go on in.
I was kind of thinking about this earlier. Do you think Phoebe Waller-Bridge is the kind of antichrist to male masculinity?
She hates men, that's for sure.
Do you think
How
she's
do you know?
Who, me?
You know? Yeah.
Oh, it's just from the fact that she's, because she had a lot to do with that character in Solo, and
I see.
And she had, because I mean, not only did she perform it, but she was she had a lot of input into that character, and so you could tell that that was not for me.
I kind of get the feeling that she thinks she is really funny.
But I saw Fleabag. I saw the first 3 episodes.
My ex-girlfriend. My ex-girlfriend.
Didn't find it funny at all. Oh yeah,
she looks like Miranda.
She was funny though.
I thought Fleabag wasn't funny. It didn't make me laugh once. So, but that's just me, right? I'm sure a lot of people thought it was funny.
I think she thinks she's really funny, and my point is, when you think you're funny, you're usually not. But maybe that's just me being a toxic male.
No, that's a good point. That's a really good point. Yeah, because I mean, a lot of people. I know, but she's in the in crowd with that certain group at the moment.
I'm in with the
so
in
obviously,
crowd.
they all think she's funny. So, but I don't think she's really a comedian as such, is she?
Crowell's absolutely correct. I did not see Solo, and hey, it lost money.
Neither did I.
Spot on, mate.
I saw it, unfortunately.
Moments.
No, it didn't.
Moments.
No,
yes,
it didn't.
It did.
No,
yes,
it didn't.
It did. The end. The end.
No. The effects were good.
Yeah, but that's to be expected. With
they're the moments that you didn't let me finish because I was saying,
Ian?
That's what was good. That's what was good. The effects.
All right.
Matthew, Matt, Swap Shop, Solo, what you reckon? Because I know you're a proper fan, aren't you?
Not seen it, and I will never see it either. Just like I'll never see any future Disney Star Wars productions.
Really?
Absolutely.
Hey, don't be having a go at me.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you for not. I mean, I'm not going to be watching any Star Wars as well, because I think it's all downhill from here, isn't it? Same thing in Marvel Universe. It's all downhill.
Yeah, it's fucked. It's fucked.
You're right. Yeah, they've had their best now, and anything they release afterwards is just going to be riding on the coattails of what's come before.
Okay,
it's done.
Shall we move on from the? Yeah. Shall we move on from the Antichrist of male masculinity?
Go on then.
Yeah, I'll get rid of my cross.
The new Star
Trek film announced. 2 years time, apparently.
This is all just talk at the moment.
Bad reboot again.
No one's been signed. No one's been signed. It's just absolute talk at the moment. It's all bollocks.
I have met.
It was. Go on, man.
No, it's all right. I have met the guy that played McCoy. What's his name? He's a really nice chap.
Carl Urban.
They should just have a movie with him in it. But
Dread.
Well, I saw him before he was just in that film, so it was like, I only knew him as McCoy. So, plus other things that he'd been in, because he was in Xena and all that, but just don't mention Xena because he doesn't like it.
Have you seen the Chronicles of Riddick?
Yeah, he was in that, I think.
He was in Thor as well. He was in Ragnarok, which is one of the worst Marvel films as far as I'm concerned. But because he was unrecognizable in that, so that's probably a good thing.
That film tried too hard for me. I thought it was funny, but if they were on kind of like 9 out of 10 on the comedic scale, I think they just need to take it back to about 8. It just seemed a little bit
New Zealand comedy, and I don't find New Zealand comedy funny.
I went out with a New Zealand lass once. Moving on. So, do you think it's going to happen then, Ian?
No, not at all. If it does happen, they have to tangle with. Sorry, if it does happen, they have to tangle with robot, whatever it's called,
Bad Robot
and stuff like that. So it's still intertwined with all that stuff. So anyway, we'll see.
It was.
Do you remember?
Go on, Matt, sorry.
It was. No, you're right. It was supposed to be. They were supposed to produce one a couple of years ago, if you remember, but it all fell through because of Chris Hemsworth.
Yep.
Because they wanted him back as the father. It was going to be another time travel thing.
Yeah, it wasn't because of Chris Helmer. It was because the people that financed the last two wouldn't put money in there. So basically they were low on money to make it, and plus they wouldn't take a pay cut. None of the actors would take a pay cut, so that's why it didn't happen. Yeah. So.
Oh, okay.
Chris Pine likes playing Kurt though.
He's getting a bit old in the tooth though, because when you saw him in Wonder Woman 84, he had grey hair. So he's really getting a bit ropey now.
Wasn't that because they tried to make him look like the actor that, like, he was supposed to replace someone, wasn't he?
Yeah.
In their body.
Maybe. I
still haven't watched it.
Avoid.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
The announcement was actually on the official Paramount feed that they're going to be announcing the film soon. So surely it's got to be. Well, the thing is, it's got to be genuine.
What can you do with Star Trek though? That's the thing. I mean, it's already been spoilt by Discovery, and so what can you do? Bring Kirk back, but people are getting tired of this version of Star Trek. The last film proved it that it didn't even make as much money as the previous one. So there you go.
It was Into Darkness that just completely killed it, wasn't it?
I find it so weird that they're doing this Pike show, and
they're not. That's the thing.
Oh, they're not.
They say they are, but there's no. They said they're shooting it, but there's no photographs, no nothing. There's nothing, so we don't know whether they're shooting it.
Because it's like, well, that should be the Star Trek that they should have started with in the first place, to be honest, rather than Discovery. Discovery was a load of pile of crap. I'm sorry. I went through the whole first season. I thought, this is going to get better. This is going to get better. This isn't getting better. And then by the second season, I was like, you know what? I don't want to watch this at all. I've got better things to do, which is rare for me. I'll watch any shit.
I follow Anson Mount on Twitter, and
isn't that called stalking?
Is it? If you follow somebody on Twitter, well, I follow you.
Oh, on Twitter. I thought you said you were following him. Okay, I got you.
What a twat!
Go on. Sorry.
For my sins, I even follow you on Twitter.
Do you? Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Even though you don't follow me, but there you go.
I will try and follow you if I can find you.
It's not difficult. Anson Mount posted, I think it was about 3-4 weeks ago, shooting has begun Vancouver.
Well, here's hoping, and what are they gonna do? Cut his balls off too for the show?
No idea.
They're doing all the filming and that in Australia now for all the movies. All the Marvel movies, everything's all getting filmed in Australia because we're totally COVID free. So
Good for you.
at the moment, although for little pop-ups like 1 or 2 people that may all of a sudden have it, which is but they've come from over travel, traveling from overseas or whatever, and it's like, well, why are we still doing this? But other than that, we're making our money back that way, I guess.
Crowe Birab says, "Isn't Q appearing in Picard? Did you see the kind of mini trailers this week, guys, for Discovery and?"
Oh God,
not interested. Don't care.
Swap Shop.
Hey,
I've not seen it. I've seen a few screen grabs. I did see a trailer that someone put together for Discovery with just loads of crying in it, which I thought was really funny.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Have you guys seen Picard?
No,
2 episodes. 2 episodes, and I bailed.
No, I wouldn't even start.
And now
Like
I can't.
said, I'll watch
I can't
any
even
old
watch
shit.
Picard. I can't even watch Star Trek Next Gen now. Can't watch it.
That was so bad. Picard was so bad.
It's gone.
I wasn't watching any of the YouTube stuff because you don't want that sort of influence from them. To say that this is a bad show. But I was literally at the screen going, what the F? I was just like, what the F? And then like at the end, I thought this is going to be a fantastic ending. And then I looked at it and then I was like, what you? And I was crying at the end of it because I was like, holy shit, this is the emotion. And then I was crying later because I was like, you just totally fucked up what you had planned, what you should have had planned, Picard should have died and everything like that. And it's like, what? He's a robot? What?
Patrick Stewart was complicit in all that. And that's the unforgivable thing.
But he's an actor, he wants to act. He doesn't want to be. He's like Shatner. Shatner has apparently never ever seen any Star Trek episodes.
But he's not a fan. Now. He gets it now.
Well, no, he gets the adulation. Yeah, he gets the adulation. He gets the the fact that he's an idol to certain people. He loves that. You can tell. But with Patrick, you can tell that he didn't want to do it in the first place, and he's just trying to find something that he can do at his age. Yeah.
Even on the trailer for Picard Season 2, his voice sounded like he was on the way out.
Didn't John Delancey didn't something happen to his character in Voyager? Because he was never in Enterprise, but
he was the Q.
Yeah, but
he had a son. He had a Q son. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was really weird.
Played by his real son as well.
Yeah, because you can actually become a Q, can't you? You can actually
anybody,
come
yes,
out of the Q continuum. So because that's what
that'll be
happened
the next
to
thing. Picard's
girlfriend.
Fucking hell.
Picard, I remember that episode. But like, yeah, it's just the fact that I'm like, oh, isn't he too old now?
Yeah.
You know, for Q, you know, I'm like, yeah, okay. But because he ended up in the cartoon as well, which I didn't watch. So that was, I think it was the last time.
Cruel Birab is one of the lucky ones. I saw pictures of Q. I've not seen Picard or Discovery. I would leave it that way, my friend. Do not watch either because they are franchise killers in my.
Yes, don't. If you can avoid Picard and Discovery, avoid it completely.
Yeah, Riker became a Q. He did, and the power went to his head. Yeah, in season 1, TNG.
Oh,
it was the episode. Yeah. It was the episode where he made Geordie. Gave him his eyes back.
Oh, yeah. Okay, he became a Jesus.
Space Jesus. Yeah.
Is that why he grew the beard?
He grew the beard because while he was away over the summer, he grew the beard because he was lazy.
Because he got fat. Fat.
That as well. And then when he came back, the producer said, "Oh, we quite like that," so he left it. So anyway, yeah. So Star Trek. I'd like a new Star Trek film, but.
Well, you're more into Star Trek than I am, you know. I mean, I'm more of a Star Wars person, but I like Star Trek.
I love it's number one for me, Star Trek, but they've just totally arse-raped it.
Star Trek was a family thing for us. You know, my sister and I used to go, my elder sister, like she's 10 years older than me and that, you know, but me and her used to just love Star Trek TNG, you know, and Voyager. You know, we used to watch the videotapes all the time. That was the one thing that we did as a family, you know. So yeah, same as Doctor Who, you know.
I think that Discovery with the communist uniforms and Picard are dead on arrival.
I don't care. I don't care about it. I don't care about a second season because I was so looking forward to the first season.
Yeah.
And as soon as you know what got it for me was when they got the dog. They had him and the dog, and I was like, "Oh, he called the dog number 1. That's cool."
Oh.
And then all of a sudden, they're like, "Oh, he's not in the show, really. He's only in like the one episode." I'm like, "Huh?" You know, I'm like,
"It was a load of old bollocks."
And I was like, "Why would you do that? I'd rather go and see Picard with a dog than I would to go and see him, you know, as a robot." Crazy.
Well, it's all the agenda that spoiled that show completely.
That's what sent it off because I was like, oh, you know, this isn't going to be what I think it is. You know, it's not even going to tie into the original series.
No, yeah, it's a shame, really.
Yeah, it is a shame.
Apparently, the enemy in the new Discovery is it 5 light years across? What the fuck?
I don't care about Discovery. It's Discovery. If people like it, good luck to them. But Discovery, as far as I'm concerned, it destroyed Star Trek, and the same thing with the new destroyed Who. Sorry,
they're still stuck in the future, aren't they? You watched it, didn't you?
Yeah, thank God.
I didn't watch it.
The first season. I just watched the first season.
I watched the first episode of the 3rd season, and that was enough for me. And I just thought, I can't watch this. Absolute rubbish. Yeah.
So, moving on. So, guys, how are we getting on with Resident Alien? Matthew, have you Swap Shop? Are you up to date?
Still not seen the last episode, or have I seen it? No.
I have.
No, I haven't seen the last one yet. Still need to watch that. But I've not been able to sit down and watch anything though. This is like the only thing I've been able to sit down and do. So it's I can have it playing in the background, but I can't really watch it. If you know what I mean, I can only listen to it.
You need to watch it.
Yeah.
Potts, do you watch? Have you been watching Resident?
No, I haven't. I just haven't had time. I'm back at work now, so
yeah, we recommend you watch it, mate.
Yeah, no, I really want to watch something like that. Kind of from the premise, it seems a lot like is it iZombie? Have you guys seen that?
Yeah,
one?
iZombie. Yeah, well, not really, but yeah, I get it has the same kind of tone.
Yeah, that's
as
what I thought it
iZombie,
might.
Yeah.
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 So it has like little darker elements.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
It's
funny in
worth your time.
places. Yeah.
Worth your time. Worth your time.
As soon as it's available, I'll watch it.
It's had its moments, hasn't it?
Because I do like what's his name?
Alan.
What's his name?
Two dicks.
Dick. Yeah, I'm glad he's finally got a show that people are actually watching him in.
Mega
'Cause he
Geek.
seems
Did
to
you
be-
see? Did you see the finale? Then, what did you think? Obviously, no spoilers. Sorry, Matt.
Damn it.
You all right?
Hello. Oh, there.
Hello?
Sorry,
Hello,
hi.
Mega Geek. We was asking
Sorry.
you.
Yeah, sorry, something fell off my desk and I was looking for it. Sorry, I had to take my headphones off.
I'm sorry.
I had to take my headphones off.
Are we keeping you? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
sorry,
was
mate.
going to call 999.
No, I brought this chair, right, and it's absolutely shit. And when I rest on the armrest, it keep the screw that tightens the armrest keeps coming loose. So I'm constantly having to tighten it. And I was tightening the Allen key
Is
and
it
it fell out
a
my hand.
gaming chair?
Yeah, it's crap.
Oh, yeah. No, you need to get one of them $1,000 ones.
Yeah, I know. Because they're meant to be good for your back as well,
You
mate.
can afford.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I might get one of them. But anyway, sorry, what was the question?
The question was finale of Resident Alien. Obviously,
Yeah.
no spoilers. Did it deliver?
I think so. I love the ending, and I think I still like the characters, and there's still one burning question, isn't there? So yeah. It works for me, and I just hope it doesn't go woke because some of it was creeping in slightly on the last two episodes.
A little. Yeah.
I hope it doesn't go completely woke because they're obviously planning a season 2, so I'm hoping it doesn't go that way.
Yeah. I think the last episode for me, I just don't think it, for me, hit the spot. It was close, but no cigar.
Right.
But if I watch it again, obviously I may change my mind, but it's probably been the best thing on TV as of late.
So far, yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, I think TV. You know what I watched? Okay, right, and you guys probably haven't heard of it. It's something with it's a spy thing, and it's got no action in it whatsoever at all. All it is just talking. It stars oh God, what's his name? The guy from no, not this one. it stars the guy that was in Love Actually, who played the pop star, and he's kind of older looking dude. What's
Do you mean
his
Walking
name?
Dead?
No, not Walking Dead. Anyway, there's it on Netflix. There's 3 TV movies with him in it, and I watched the first one, watched the second one, and I'm going to watch the third one. It's entertaining, but there's no action in it because he's so old. There's no shooting. And he plays a spy, a British spy. It's kind of like Taylor Tinker Soldier Spy, whatever it is,
You're really
but not as
selling
good.
it.
Not as good. No, but it's not as good. That's what I'm saying. It's not as good, but somehow I ended up watching it because I was bored. So I don't recommend it. In other words.
Speaking of boring, who's up to date with this?
Me. I've got to do a live stream on this tomorrow.
Oh God, poor you.
I have never watched one episode. I could not give a flying pig.
It is really dull.
Fook.
It is dull.
You know what? Like WandaVision really burnt me, so I was like,
yeah. Well, look, I just saw what's his name, Gary's review on WandaVision. I totally agree with him. Yeah, totally agree with him. The story is so rubbish. When you look at it, and the character had done something really evil to capture that whole town, and must make them suffer that way, and yet.
Yeah,
she's allowed to get away with
she walked away. I was like, are you serious?
I'll tell you why Gary has 300,000+ subs. His review is totally at a different level, isn't it, than everybody else's?
Well, he watched it 6 times. He said. So yeah, he was. When he gives a review,
I think he said he'd seen it 3 times.
No, he said 6 in the last one.
Oh, did he?
He said 6. Yeah, I do like Critical Drinker as well. He's very good at criticizing or making you see things that you never saw in episodes or films and stuff like that. So he's really good as well. Yeah.
What do you think to the series then?
I don't like it. It's not cool. It's slow. It's dull. The action is dull. Although the last episode was I thought was all right, but the first 3 was very dull and slow moving. And I don't warm to any of these characters. I don't warm to Sam. I don't warm to the Winter Soldier. I don't care about anyone in this show, and that says a lot. And this is meant to be a Marvel show, you know. So there you go.
Swap Shop. Have you seen it?
I've not. I've abandoned everything Disney since Gina Carano was fired.
Oh,
yeah, me too. Actually, me too. I've
Boom.
not watched
Have
anything
that.
from Disney.
yeah, serious, great.
Shall
I wouldn't have watched it if I
And I
was.
don't even have a
review
YouTube
it.
channel to do that, so it's
Yeah.
good to
Ian,
avoid, anything.
may I give you my opinion of the Winter Soldier?
Sure,
Falcon?
go for it. Yeah.
I think the previous. Are we on episode 4 now?
Yes.
It seems to me the previous 3 episodes are just kind of bottle episodes to kind of divert from the main thing about what where the story's going. That it's going to be John Walker. He's had the
Yeah, that's in the comics.
and he's going to
Yeah,
go.
it is.
He's going to
People
go
get
ape
really
shit,
mad
isn't
about
he?
him being
He's going to
Captain
go ape.
America.
He's going to go ape shit, isn't he?
People
Yes.
are really mad about him being Captain America, aren't they?
And you know what it is, don't you? It's white man bad. And
Yeah.
you know the girl with the freckles who's been the protagonist
Yeah, the British girl. Yeah.
of the was it the Red Skulls or whatever they are.
Mm.
The meeting they had with Sam this week.
Mm.
So it's going to be kind of like It's going to be like a WandaVision thing where Maximoff cushes a woman, she can get away with it.
Mm.
And I think the girl with the freckles she's obviously going to come on board and save the day, and all will be forgotten. It's just it's shite.
It's as I said, it's a shame really, because instead of starting off the show with them already as a team and them going on missions and dealing with stuff and and making the world a better place, what they decided to do was give them problems, like give the Winter Soldier problems about his past. Sam doesn't have any money, blah 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 blah. Then stick a lot of social justice warrior stuff in there, and that's what they've done with the show. Instead of concentrating on trying how to make the show a fast moving, keep the audience and stuff, they it's the same thing that's happening.
Just
to this show.
as I've said to you previously, weekly missions would have been spot on.
Yeah, it would have, wouldn't it? It would have been great.
Oh,
Absolutely spot on.
How about we don't have any story arcs for just one season? No story arc.
Yeah,
That'd be fantastic.
Weekly mission. I think I'd have bought into
What
that.
they used to be.
I mean, because you guys haven't seen the show, if I say this, it doesn't matter because you're not going to watch the show. There's a scene in it where I think it was last week, where Sam and the villain that wears the fur coat, whatever his name is, they're walking down the road, and then Winter Soldier says, "I'm going to go for a walk." And they don't question it. He just goes off for a walk, and they're like, "Okay." Do you know what I mean? It's like, you're going to do this mission, yet you're going to go off for a walk.
Shite,
you know what I mean? It's just, it just didn't make any sense to complete what's happening in the story. That's why he did it. And it's like, well, what? So that's how bad it is, really. It's just not good. That's all.
They're not very good characters, are they? They're not strong enough to have their own series, I feel, anyway.
No, I disagree. I think the writing's...
No.
The writing is... Anthony Mackie is a great actor.
He is.
Sebastian Stan's not all that bad either. A weekly mission with them two. I'm in.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah,
moving on.
a weekly mission with edge of your seat stuff would have been fine.
Yeah.
Action would have been fine, but they didn't do that, did they?
Another missed opportunity.
Yep, certainly is.
Speaking of missed opportunities, anybody watch this?
I did. Somebody sent it to me, and for the life of me, I don't know who sent it to me.
That was me.
It was you. I sent you a message on Twitter saying, "Did you send it?" You didn't answer it.
Oh, didn't I? I didn't see that. Sorry, mate.
Someone wants to send me a copy. That'd be fantastic.
Swap Shop. Have you seen it?
Oh, I haven't seen it, mate. No, not yet. It's one of those things that's just queued up, ready for me to have a binge on. Although, the last week or so since it's been out, I've kind of been spoilt by a lot of things, people just talking and showing things online and stuff. So I couldn't really avoid.
Thank you for sending it.
No, you're welcome,
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So, Mr. Potts, you've not watched it, so you need to watch it at some point. So, Mega Geek.
You know what? I find it amazing. These movies that they're all putting on that HBO Max have all been apparently shit. And so you wonder why. I mean, they're putting them in the cinemas here. We've got cinemas up and running again, although not many people are going to them. But it's the fact that they're shit movies, and the fact that they expect people to pay for this from all accounts.
This one did quite well. I read
people are desperate to go to the cinema. Did it make 100 million?
No, I think it did well on download and I think what was it on? What channel was on?
HBO. Yeah. It's done quite well. It's done quite well in North America as well. Because
they're not making any money off it, are they? On the HBO, only on the subscription. It's not like Disney where they add a premium to it.
Ian, did you watch all of it? Did you make it through?
I did. And
you're a better man than me.
Right? It is a dumb movie. The action is enjoyable. That's all I can say. The thing is, I think I listened to Critical Drinker's review on it, and he is right. They didn't do anything with the actors and stuff like that, and some of the visual effects are a bit dodgy and blah 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 blah. But everybody seems to forget that this is a B picture with a crap load of money thrown on it. So if you look at the original Godzilla versus Kong, it was the same thing. The actors in it, there wasn't much, characterization. It was all about the two men in suits fighting in a small, small model town, smashing up things and stuff. This is the same thing. It's a B picture, and it's the same thing, but it's CGI. And quite frankly, I thought it was the action was fun. It was just silly, dumb, and stupid. That's all I can say about it. Really, it wasn't. It wasn't so bad that it wasn't worth watching, in my opinion. It was okay as a dumb picture. That's what I think, But anyway,
Crowe Birab says, I did not see the previous Godzilla film. I heard it was okay. The first one I thought was pretty damn good.
The Skull Island.
No, the first Godzilla film. I like the second one with the guy who did
Matthew Broderick.
No, the Swap Shop. Help me out here. The first one.
The one with Cranston in it.
Yes.
Bryan Cranston. Yeah. The one that looked like that he was in the whole movie, and then he died within the first 20 minutes, and that really that annoyed me for the entire film.
Yeah, that's true.
The rest of that, because I was like, this guy, the one they had, the one from Kick-Ass, he was crap. He was crap. He didn't act, and I think they also had what's her name in it too, didn't they? She was playing his wife. But
yes,
what's her name?
The one from Wanda, the one that plays Wanda. But it was just the fact that
Gareth Edwards directing.
I mean, this film, as I said, this film is dumb, stupid. But if you just want to sit back and put your brain on the table, and just watch it as as a dumb, stupid film, I think you can pull some enjoyment out of it. The thing is that it makes you laugh. They destroyed half of Japan, right? They destroyed half Japan, and millions must have died.
They made a big mistake by making him the same size as Godzilla.
Right.
I think. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, King Kong should be half that size, and I mean, could you imagine he'd be crawling, running up his back and all that sort of thing? And I think that'd been much more better than action. But yeah,
I turned it off after half an hour because I just had enough of the Millie Bobby Brown strong female.
Yeah, that was actually a bit of a turn off for me.
Saving the day. I just thought,
oh no,
fuck this shit
I
off.
just got that from the trailer. I just thought,
sick of it.
Jesus
sick
Christ.
of it.
Probably why I haven't watched it is because I just don't want to see Millie Bobby Brown like stomping around shouting.
Yeah.
I am just sick of strong female leads. It just seems unnatural.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying that as a bitter man. There was this doctor who appeared. I'm sorry, I'm going to be toxic male, everybody. This mega fit doctor who turned up from fucking nowhere.
Yeah, that was the daughter of the bad guy.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, her tits were huge.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I have to watch this now. Thank you very much.
Yeah, they rivaled King Kong and Godzilla in there.
They do. Yeah.
Oh my God! Now, please don't. Don't make me watch this film, please.
MC, she was hot. She
was wearing this
stunning.
She was wearing this black top, and even the black top couldn't disguise how big her.
You're not
breasts
talking
were.
about Millie Bobby Brown, are you?
No.
Oh, good.
No relation, by the way.
But she didn't last very long,
Gina
did she?
Carano.
No.
Cruel,
look, I just like to say, right, there's nothing wrong with saying women look beautiful. I mean, I don't understand where this is coming from, I mean, she was stunning, this girl.
Incredible.
In the film.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Cruel Birab says, strong female leads aren't the problem.
It's crap writing. Yep, I agree.
It is, mate.
Though, with the best strong female lead, like you've got Ripley and all that, they were up against aliens. She was up against Alien. Princess Leia was up against Darth Vader. They were that's how they show that they're strong women, rather than going up against a man. To me, that's more kick-ass is when they're up against things that are more powerful than a man.
Yeah.
But anyway,
MC says she was in Narcos Mexico.
Was she?
I've seen 2 episodes of that. I've never got around to seeing the other 8 episodes as much as I liked.
Check this woman out now.
Narcos was pretty damn good.
They had that lady in the last one. I liked that Monsters one, that Destroy All Monsters or whatever it was called. The second Godzilla movie. I really liked that one. Mainly because it had, Mothra and all them in it. And I did enjoy it, even though, it had Millie Bobby Brown and but that other lady in it, really irked me. The one that ended up being evil in that second film. You remember her? The one that played her mother.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know if that was going to continue on or not from that.
Well, it is. It's a 3 film, isn't it? So you had Skull Island, and then you had the Godzilla film, and then this one brought those 2 films together. So Millie Bobby Brown was in Godzilla. The woman scientist was in the first Skull Island thing. So they just brought the 2 films together, and at the ending, the 2 cast members from the individual films, they didn't say anything to each other. At the end, they just stood next to each other. It was really odd ending.
Well,
so
it was odd to me that they had Skull Island, and then that was set in the 70s.
Yeah.
And then those characters never reappeared again, apparently. And I was like, oh, well, that doesn't really,
I think it was set in the 80s, was it not? Was it?
No, it was
80s?
the 70s.
70s, yeah.
It was 70s because it had the helicopters and that they used.
Right.
Were really set probably warcraft, from Vietnam or whatever.
Yeah.
So it seemed more 70s. I could be wrong on that, but I mean, I didn't even know what's her name was in that movie. Brie Larson.
She was.
I didn't even know she was in that movie. I watched it and I was like, oh, she was in that movie? I just don't remember her.
And also, Samuel L. Jackson was in it as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Oh, yeah.
Samuel L.
He was
Jackson.
mad. He was the madman, wasn't he? He
That's
was
right.
like, this is
Yeah.
my Moby Dick, Moby Dick moment.
Yeah, he was in
Captain
it.
Ahab. Yeah.
The thing is that they're saying that the reason why Kong is the size that he was in this one is because he was just a child in Skull Island, and he grew to that size.
But it
That's
doesn't
what they're
work
saying.
that way.
That's what they're saying, mate. That's what they're
It
saying.
doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You cannot. You don't see. You don't see midgets suddenly go grow up in proportion.
Are we allowed to say
That's the reason why
midgets
they-
nowadays?
I don't know. No, but the thing that what they're saying is that he was just a child in Skull Island, and then as years rolled on, he got taller and taller, bigger and bigger.
I've seen child apes, and they look nothing like that. They're more like imps,
Okay, but you remember that in this film, a major spoiler here, he was born in the middle of the earth. That's where he came from. So it wasn't like
King
he
Kong.
was. Yes, King Kong. Yeah,
Ding dong.
Ding dong. Yeah. So he wasn't born
Center of
in the
earth,
jungle or anything like that. He was born in the Earth's core, apparently.
Oh, okay.
So he's kind of a special creature.
What
MC says you're right, Mega Geek.
Yeah. Am I?
I'm just thinking of all those other dead apes that were on Skull Island. All those bones.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, that obviously, she's had a lot of births. Earth.
Well, apparently that's where all the monsters come from. The center of the earth, the core of the earth. So,
Okay.
well, so if you watch this version, you'll
Was
find
Doug
out.
McClure down there?
I think his bones were Doug
Yeah.
McClure.
Did Superman find it at all?
No.
Christopher Reeve.
I used to love those films, Ian. Land That Time Forgot.
Yeah,
Remember
they were
that
shy. Very of the time. They were shy,
Yeah.
but they were fun.
yeah,
They were
that's
fun. They were
great.
one?
fun.
They were. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was great. That was always on the video shop. That Land
Yeah.
Time Forgot. And I actually eventually got it on Blu-ray. They released it on Blu-ray here.
The
That was McClure, wasn't it? That was Doug
Yeah.
McClure.
the mighty Doomcock loves those films.
Hi, I'm Doug McClure. No, that's the other one, isn't it? You may have seen me in.
Is that who it's based on? Is that who that character
Yes, it is. It's
on?
based. Well, I think it's
Wow.
based on him. Yeah, I think it's based on him.
Yeah, because he seems like the sort of person that'd be on a lot of little documentaries. And stuff.
Yeah.
Sklavko says, in the centre of the Earth, there are some issues with time and relativity. Well, I
Yes.
don't know about centre of the Earth with what's going on in the world. I think there's issues here as well. So
Yeah.
God, could you imagine if we actually did that? Explore the Earth? Wow.
Well, as I said, I'm not going to give it away, but if you watch this film, God help you, you'll find out that King Kong is not what you
Ding dong.
think he is, basically.
If I get a copy, Matt, that'd be fantastic.
Swap Shop, he's still alive.
Yeah, mate, I'm listening. I don't want to butt in though, because you guys have seen it and I haven't.
Well, it's them two. It's them two.
I haven't either.
But yeah.
Was Crowe Birab says was Caroline Munro?
I
there?
so wish she was there and the same age that I saw
know
her when I
someone
was a
that worked-
kid.
Caroline Munro.
I remember seeing was she famous for the rum advert where she was wearing that red bikini?
She was in Spy Who Loved Me as well.
Yeah, she was that too. Yeah,
She
she's
was it-
gorgeous.
She was on.
Moonraker?
She did an advert with one of my friends who was also a model, an Australian model.
Mm.
Actually, she's South African. But I actually
South
asked her,
African.
I said, were they in? Yeah, she moved to Australia. But she'd worked with Vincent Price and that, and she'd worked on a movie with that one. And she'd also done this advert. And I said to her, were you in the same, or was that bit of early Photoshop? And she said, yes, of course. It just looked like they didn't belong in the same picture.
Mm.
And she just laughed her head off. And I was like, oh, well, I just thought it might be like a Photoshop thing or something,
But she
But
was
she's
in.
like, oh, yeah.
She was
Did
in
they
a
have
film
Photoshop
She's
called
back
very
then?
quiet. She's a
Star
very
Crash.
quiet lady, apparently.
He was in a film called Star Crash. Do you remember that? The rip-off of Star Wars. It was Italian Star Wars.
It had something to do with because she was in Sinbad as well.
She was.
Yeah.
She was Seventh Voyage. Seventh Voyage. Of Sinbad.
Robert Meyer Burnett loves Star Crash.
Star Crash is funny. It is the worst Star Wars rip-off film ever made. It's absolutely. It's got the Hoff in it as well. Would you believe it?
Is it intentional? Is it intentionally a rip-off?
No, it's not.
Star Wars,
it's a serious rip-off of Star Wars made by the Italians, low budget.
No,
it's really terrible, but it's laughable, but it's entertaining. It's
I do like bad movies, so
yeah. It's got Christopher Plummer in it as well. Would you believe?
The great
Christopher
Plummer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Carolyn Munro, she was the lead. She was the lead. So
wow. Yeah, I think apparently she had something to do with there was a connection because she was in another Hammer movie or whatever, and then she got that job straight away.
It did help her husband was producing, so
that'd be convenient.
Okay.
Yes.
Probably not husband at the time, but yeah.
Speaking of Vincent
lady.
Price, I loved all was it Dr. Phibes?
Yeah, Dr. Phibes, yeah.
When I was a kid, fucking hell, that.
Yeah, my friend played, what was her name? Volnavia. The second Volnavia. She lives in Sydney now.
Scared me shitless, them films.
Yeah, and Valley Kemp, her name is. And she's a lovely lady. She's like I'm emailing her all the time saying, do you remember meeting Peter Cushing and that? She's like, I met all of them, you know. And she's like, she says, I remember with Peter Cushing, because she's not making this shit up. She goes, Peter Cushing, he was a very quiet man and he liked to wear gloves, so that he didn't.
Mrs.
Apparently he smoked. No, apparently he smoked, and he didn't want to get the yellow on his hands.
Yeah.
So he actually wore gloves. That's how professional he was.
Do you know what? Right? Dr. Phibes, I always remember this line because me and my brothers used to take the piss out of it. He always used to say, every time the BBC used to show it, there was always that line, 5 people killed me, 5 people shall die. He used to say that.
Because apparently the second one, she got totally replaced. The major, like his second in command got replaced because the first one was Russian and didn't want to do it again. So that's the reason why my friend got it. But she's awesome.
Crowe Birab, Dracula AD, 1972. Dracula gets his vamp on with a lucky bugger.
Yeah, he does. He does. That's a scary. When I was a kid, I thought Dracula AD 1972 was scary. I was really scared of that movie when I saw it. I really was.
That's the one with 30, isn't it?
It's the one where I remember the scene where he's whipping those horses and making them, run really fast. I remember that used to scare me for some reason as a kid. Yeah.
Don't like horses.
I was talking with Dan the other day, and he was saying about how bad the British film industry got as soon as like the 1970s hit, and I said, I could see pretty much the decline straight away. Because that was set in 1972, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
They were being cheap.
Well, they were riding high in the 40s and the 50s with Rank. Rank was one of the top film companies in the world, and then Lord knows what happened. Suddenly, it's a good job Jonathan Ross isn't on the stream, or he wouldn't be able to say Rank, would he? Yeah.
I know. I get your reference. He did a documentary on Steve Ditko, and every time he'd say Steve Ditko, it just made me laugh, because he's the one creator of Spider-Man.
Getting Jonathan Ross on one of these would be fucking amazing, to be fair.
I wonder what he's doing now. I haven't seen him on TV in years. Jonathan Ross.
He does Saturday night on ITV.
Does he?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Watch ITV.
Recent,
well, there you go. That's why you don't know that.
Yeah, because they're trying to what do you call it? Trying to compete with what's his name? That Graham Norton. It is.
Yeah.
Because he has all those things on YouTube and that, like on Facebook and that, of all these old clips of him on his talking.
Yeah.
So they're trying to compete with him at the moment. So
I met
that's
Jonathan Ross once.
Jonathan Ross was in a porno. He was in a
Really?
porno. Yeah, it was a porno called Perverella. He was in that.
Softcore?
My friend was in Perverella. So she was the star. Her name's Emily Booth. So she does presenting on the Horror Channel.
I'm going to Google
so,
her.
I know her. Yes, I know her.
Yeah, so and I think Jonathan Ross had a guest star appearance in it, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah.
Cruel Birab, I watched Hellraiser Judgment the other night. Here you go. £7.
Wow.
From Associated Dairies. It was pretty good.
Excellent.
I wasn't into the Hellraiser stuff.
Nor was I. A lot of people were into it, though.
A lot of people were well into it, but it just didn't for me.
Someone on Facebook the other day had a photo of them with a cube, and I thought it was the Pandorica from or the one from Doctor Who. You know, the box that he uses. Yeah. And so anyway, I was like, that show went to shit, and he's like, what? And I'm like, the Doctor Who, and he's like, no, this is Hellraiser, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I didn't get into that at all. It was written by a gay man. It was like it was very sexual, wasn't it? The very first Hellraiser.
Yeah, it's based on a novel, wasn't it? I can't remember the guy who wrote the novel. I love Emily Booth as well. Emily Booth's gorgeous.
Clive Barker.
Emily Booth was in my film Fallen Angels.
Nice plug. Nice plug. And what's Fallen Angel about it?
Horror film.
Yeah. Yes.
Horror
now
film.
I know who she is. Evil Aliens.
Right. Evil Aliens.
I have that movie, and you did it just a little. You did that movie just about a year or two after.
Yeah, I did.
Before she was in that.
Yeah.
Because everybody was going mad about her because she was so hot. Apparently,
she still is. Still is hot.
Yeah, no. But she was hot back then, and so they were saying, when it was first released, So
Swap Shop, are you still there?
I am, mate.
Do you want to read the comment on screen? Give you something to do.
He's painting. Leave him alone.
I've actually seen. How about that? The cube or lament configuration. Actually, that's something I've always wanted, a replica of one of those, because ever since I saw. Hellraiser 3 with Terry Farrell in it from Star Trek.
Yep.
Wow.
Gosh, she was hot, wasn't she? Bloody hell.
She's still got it, to be fair.
Yeah, as I know. And she was really hot.
The cat.
Yeah. Oh,
she was the cat.
Don't remind me about that. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, I haven't even seen it. I just know that it's bad. But yeah, I mean, that Hellraiser 3, I mean, I loved those first 3 of those Hellraiser movies. And the third one was kind of getting a little bit rocky by that point. But it just solidified the fact that I really wanted that merchandise, and you just couldn't get it anywhere. Bloody, all I wanted to buy was like a lament configuration that looked like transformed a little bit in your hand. You know what I mean? It didn't like spring out loads of spikes and impale your hand. I just wanted to just twist around a little bit, maybe make a sound or something. But I would have loved that. I absolutely loved that. And there was no Hellraiser merchandise back then. There's now you get hot toys, you get like bloody pop figures with massive bobbleheads, there's all this stuff, but can you get a lament configuration? Bollocks, can you? Are they afraid it's actually going to work and sort of people are going to end up with their flesh torn from their bodies or something? That's what
Jesus. Cruel Birab says she was hot. She still is,
really
mate. Hot. She still is, mate.
Yeah.
She's still got it.
I've seen her at a few premieres and stuff, man. She's she's as hot as Alice Creed from Sleepwalkers and the Borg Queen as well. And also Mad Chanamic, she's still really hot as well. That also from Sleepwalkers, absolutely blindingly hot. She's like in her 50s. You see her now, like, what kind of diet is she on? What moisturizer is she using? Because I need some of it.
Aren't they drinking children's blood? That's that new thing in Hollywood, aren't they?
I knew you were going to say that.
No, they're bathing in blood of virgins.
Placentas.
Yeah.
They're rubbing on placentas.
Yeah, there's this thing, isn't there? I don't know it fully, but that's what they're saying, in it. They're saying that something about blood that makes them. Oh, I don't know. You know more about it than me, Ian, right?
Who the fuck is this in the chat? We've not seen these before. Who's that, Ian?
What? MC? Hellraiser wasn't too bad. What?
Rebecca. I said, who the fuck is that in the chat? A new face.
MC basically said he wanted to see the film, but I had to look, guys. I had to pull the films from my channel.
The joke was lost on
that was confusing,
right? Because Bad Day got taken down, got a copyright strike, even though I owned the copyright.
Oh, what?
Get out of town! Get out of town!
But I tell you the reason why. Okay, this is what I suspect. The reason why is because it's obvious that the distributor sold it on to someone, and Sarah is not well, and she's not going to make. She's suffered from cancer, and she's not going to make it until the end of this year. So they're going to capitalize on that film because that was her very first movie.
Fucking hell, that's cynical. Is that? That's cynical. Is that?
That's why, in my opinion. So I had to take. I was scared. I got scared, and I took all my films and I made them unlisted. So MC, I'll send you if you message me on Twitter, I will send you the link so you can watch it.
Send me that as well, mate. Send me that.
I will, guys. I will.
It's a good film, everybody. I've seen it. I've had the pleasure of seeing it. It's not bad. It's not bad.
I got a strike on my channel, and
glowing recommendation.
I don't want another strike on my channel. That's the thing. So.
No, well, that's the thing. Yeah, you don't. But the thing is, you never know, do you? Like, it's just it seems to be a bit of a minefield on YouTube.
Yeah. Did you hear what happened to Gary's channel last night?
No, please tell.
What happened was that they were doing their Friday Night Tights thing, and their channel went down because they were talking about communism to do with Star Trek.
Oh,
and their channel went down, and so he had to literally create another stream. And then suddenly they had like 10,000 watching them, and it went down to 5. Jeez. And then the likes were going down and stuff like that. Yeah, it was crazy. It was like YouTube was fighting against them for some reason.
Wow.
Big fucking conspiracy going on there, man. Bloody hell.
Yeah. But the thing is, it was witnessed by thousands of people who were watching that stream. Yeah. So, and even they were seeing it as well. So
but they're trying to silence voices anyway, so yeah.
So if your likes go down, Ian, then I
don't get any, so that's not a problem.
You got 2, mate. You got 2 likes right there.
Yeah, that's from me and my dad. I would just say to the peeps in the chat, press the thumbs up while you're there, boys and girls. It does help. So
of course it helps. Yeah. And Ian's doing a really good job here, so you need to press the like button. Do you know what I mean? Press the like button.
We need to give more to independent voices. Come on. Yeah. It's all these people that want all these subscribers and everything that really irks me. It's like there was a guy, right? I kid you not, right? There was a guy I was watching on YouTube, right? And it was about TV and how to set up your TV and everything properly and everything like that. And he said, please hit the subscribe button because I need more people to see this. And I'm looking and he's got like over 300,000 subscribers.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what?
You don't? Yeah. And he's going, please, I need people to see this. And I'm like, but dude, I'd be like, dying if I had 300,000 subscribers, I'm just like, obviously, it has to have some sort of monetary thing if they get more subscribers. Maybe they just want that bloody bark. I
think there's some YouTube witchcraft going off with subscriptions because Doomcock this week has got 3,000 subs in a week.
Yeah.
Whereas before he'd be struggling to get maybe 500.
I actually
there must be something going on. There must be something going on.
Just rattling on.
No,
I'd have had enough of him.
Oh well.
Although he's still popping up in my recommendations. But no, it's just.
There you go, Matt. That's a stream killer. Cheers, pal.
Well, I mean, it's just the fact that there's so much negativity, and
coming from you, mate.
But I don't mind Doomcock. I think Doomcock's quite entertaining. Personally,
in small doses for me now.
No, I will say on a personal level because I've interacted with him a few times. He's a good guy. I'll just say that. I think his
Yeah,
heart's in the
I
right.
ain't gonna ask him to sing. That's for sure.
His heart's in the right place, but at the end of the day, I think he's probably been taken aback by how successful his channel's become. So we've said before, he needs a producer to, I am available.
The thing is,
He doesn't
though,
have a producer.
the last episode I saw of him, it seemed like he was scraping the barrel on the
Yeah.
subject that he was talking about, because it really wasn't news at all. So
Yes, thank
maybe
you. That's the reason why I got tired of him.
Yeah, I think a producer would perhaps rein him in a little bit with the stuff, perhaps.
And
but-
also, because what happened was that he did that thing on when Gina Carano got fired. I don't mean to talk about him, but when Gina Carano got fired, he did a video straight away, obviously to try and get into the, hopefully to make some dosh. And
well, that's the business,
when
isn't
he did it? When he did it, it backfired totally, because it sounded like he was actually having a go at her.
Yeah, he didn't understand the nuance, did he?
No, and he literally come back on the next day to do another one, and this time around he said, "Oh, I was tired," and everything like that. And I'm like, well, if you're tired, don't do it, But obviously, it's all about the the views,
Click,
and the money,
well, it's
and
views, isn't it?
like
Yeah,
that.
because it's just what it is.
See, this is the problem
Obviously,
with
he makes a living out of it,
doing a live,
Yeah.
making a living on YouTube, is that
I
you're
don't know if I
slave.
could sell my soul.
Well, you're a slave to YouTube, aren't you? Because you've got to keep making, you've got to keep cranking out content.
I,
or else people get tired of you, and then you lose money, I guess.
I was off literally for a week. I did one stream in a week. Obviously, you lose the kind of practice of doing it.
Yeah.
And you just kind of
You're doing a
drop
pretty
off.
good job, Ian.
Thank you. I'm getting back into it. You kind of drop off with the views.
Yeah,
So it's all algorithm based. They want you to churn it out daily.
Yeah,
That's all it's about. You've got to. If you're going to get anywhere, I don't even think it matters what you actually churn out. You've just got to churn it out.
To be fair though, Ian, there's a guy on YouTube, and he talks shit about Doctor Who all the time, and he keeps going on about having 10,000.
Don't talk about Ian like that.
Yeah.
Which Ian? But no, no. But
Indeed.
he talks about Doctor Who. He talks about Doctor Who all the time, and he keeps going on about, I have 10,000 videos on the subject, and I've got awards, and people have written articles and that about me, and I'm like, yeah, there's not. Well, that's exactly it. It's like big deal,
Good for you. Yeah, good for him.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, obviously people feel that if they're putting out all this content, I mean, he only gets maybe 200 views maximum on each video.
I dream of that at the moment.
But it depends on how negative he is. But that to me doesn't seem like a very, you're not really going into it for the right reasons.
There's another guy on YouTube, okay, right? And he's approached me a couple of times. In fact, he did a watch along on Rebecca Gold. And he hardly gets anybody watching him. Yeah, he gets some of the biggest stars on. He had Jenna Coleman once he was interviewing on his channel, and hardly anybody watched that. I think he's Australian, I think. He got loads of stars.
Can you tell me who Jenna Coleman is, please?
She is...
The cute one.
Doctor Who, yeah.
Osgood?
Yeah.
Clara.
Osgood.
Clara, yeah. Oh, no,
Clara.
I've got her doll. I've actually got her Big Chief doll. I got it really cheap because no one wanted it.
Is it blow up?
Literally, those things go for $400.
Is it a blow up?
Like $100. $100. And I was like, yeah, that's all right. She comes in a mini skirt and everything. It's pretty
Did you
awesome.
blow it up?
No, well, it's too small.
I'm determined to see this joke through. Do you blow the doll up?
Don't, because I probably
Have you turned it inside out yet? Turn it inside out. You might have a bit more luck with it, mate.
Did you hear what they'll do now? They'll actually. Have you heard of the live dolls? The dolls that they make for sex dolls.
Yeah, I've
Have
got
you heard
two
what
in the
they're
bed.
gonna
I've
do?
got two upstairs. Yeah,
Yeah, well, what they're doing now is they're
they're
actually
just lesing off at the moment.
they're creating like likenesses of people that have passed to put on the faces, so you can have a loved one now.
no.
Phoebe
Seriously?
Waller-Bridge
Yeah,
would be
yeah.
my
So
chosen one.
if
She
you
looks
had
like
a
my
wife
ex.
or whatever that passed away or whatever, exactly, and that's the problem, isn't it? You can actually do that. You can actually get like a 3D representation of your ex and put them on a face. You know,
that would
that's
not be a
crazy.
good place to be at.
That's where they're going next. You know, it's like whoa.
Would swap shop? Would you be up for that?
I think I would, mate. Yeah, I'd go for it.
You know those little mini 3D representations too of people. You've seen those? Like you go into a little booth
You get
and
scanned.
they take a scan of you. Yeah. They seem to be the in thing at the moment too, where people are actually they if they're on their last legs, they actually do go. They go into the booth and actually get these little things.
It was
made
like a suicide
for
booth.
people. No.
Futurama.
You actually do come out. You actually. Oh, I love that original.
Yeah,
Futurama.
Futurama
Not
was
the newer
fantastic.
ones. I didn't like
Futurama
the later series.
Was the bollocks.
I met Billy West, and he was a nice fella, but he was really grumpy. But and since then I was
They
like,
all are,
I
mate.
don't really want to watch it. Yeah, well, he'd been there a long time and everything, in waiting for people and everything, and yeah, he was just grumpy. But anyway,
Like
yeah,
Mega
so
Geek.
yeah, but I mean, a lot of the stuff sort of becomes future. It's like they did actually make a suicide booth, I believe.
It's in
it's in,
Switzerland.
No,
Dignitas.
the suicide booth is in Futurama, in the cartoon
Yeah.
Futurama.
Yeah, but they actually made it in real life. Where have you been?
Really?
Ian, was you not listening to the last 3 minutes of the
No,
stream?
not really. I was trying to find
Billy
his link
West
for.
voice
Oh, sorry. Are we keeping you from doing something, Mega Geek?
Well, you were talking to the other Matt, weren't you?
We were talking Futurama.
You were talking. You guys were talking. You were talking to Matt.
We
so I
were
thought
we
I
were
needed to-
talking bollocks.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Like
we're
we
just
always
trying
do.
to feel like you come back.
We were talking about you, Ian. Don't worry.
Yeah,
So
I
the
really
the other Matt, I've sent you the links, right, pal?
Cheers, man. Thanks a lot.
All right. No worries.
Cruel
I'm
Birab,
not the
I
other
saw a good bit of Futurama. It was good.
I love
Futurama
it.
was
It was great.
was fantastic.
Consistently, right from the
that
start.
to me was the show that they should have kept and not kept Family Guy. I mean,
Yeah, they should have killed the
Family
Simpsons
Guy.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't. Oh, it's way above beyond Simpsons. Like as far as I'm concerned, much more intelligent.
Yeah,
It is.
Much more intelligent. than The
everybody who's watching this, check out Futurama, the original episodes. Brilliant.
I mean, the first 5 seasons. I think there was 4 or 5 seasons.
Yeah, absolutely top draw.
The later ones, they become a bit woke, and I mean, I really liked the iPhone one. If you've ever seen that one, that was hilarious. That was a very much like a South Park episode where everybody wants to get an iPhone, and it's literally a phone that they stick in your eye. If you remember that one, and
I've not seen any of that, because
it.
it kind of came back for a little while, didn't it?
Yeah, that's it. That was one of the episodes.
I've not seen any of them.
You know the lady that's supposed to be like the megalomaniac, what's her name? Mom. You know Mom? There used to be a villain in it called Mom. Anyway,
Oh, yes.
The robot
Yeah.
manufacturer
Yeah.
woman. Yeah.
Yeah. She creates this thing called the iPhone, and like it hurts every time they put it in the actual eye socket. and like they're just, and you know that GIF where Fry is actually waving money and saying, "Just take my money." That's where that's from. It's just like,
Yeah.
"Are you sure you want it, sir?" He's just like, "Take my money." So yeah, that was one of the greatest ones out of the newer series, anyway. But I actually own a Hypnotoad too. I've got one of them
Hypnotoad.
Yeah, I've actually got one of them, and his eyes move when you walk past him. His eyes
No
move.
way.
Don't look at the Hypnotoad.
Yeah,
Do not look at
Have
the
you
Hypnotoad.
have you guys seen the fan film Futurama where they did it for real?
I did watch it, yes.
Good.
Yeah,
It's really good, and the characters look exact. Well, they tried. Well, what's his name? The main guy.
Fry.
They can't really get. Yeah, Fry. They can't really get look. But the girl with the one eye, I can't remember her name.
Layla.
Yeah, she does look like her. It's really good. It's really. You can see
I always had a thing for Layla.
They really care. I mean, the special effects are really good in this fan film. Really good.
Yeah, I think what's his name? John DiMaggio. I met him.
He's Bender.
Yeah, he played Bender, and it was probably one of the better Benders, to be honest. Like as far as like what he was doing on that live action set.
Yeah.
I think he actually did the voice for it. I'm pretty sure that they actually got him to do the voice for it, because some of them will just do it for cash.
Well, who wouldn't?
Yeah. But then they started getting on. That was the thing with Bender. They started getting on with him actually Bender gender and all this weird shit. And that's where it started to lose me,
Oh dear.
You weren't aware of this, Ian?
Was that in the new?
No.
Was that in the new episodes?
Yeah, he became. Yeah, he became. He didn't know whether or not he was a woman or a man, sort of thing. Because he had no sex. So yeah, that's what it was, gender bender, and you can actually buy gender bender action figures and stuff like that. So. Yep.
I did like it.
They all started going.
I remember watching the first season when it was actually released, and then suddenly it wasn't on because not a lot of people were watching it, and then it came back. It's it was on prime time here for the first few episodes, and then all of a sudden it just disappeared, and it disappears, and like probably shown at midnight or whatever in the. So. But I always loved it.
This must have been 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. It happened on Millennium. It happened actually, because you remember it, he actually got frozen in 1999.
Yeah.
He did, yeah.
So, and it happened around then, and and so I think he slept
I feel
how many years? 3,000 or something? But it was
Yeah.
And I always love the fact that he was a job as a delivery pizza boy, and then and he's like, hey, I can start a new job, and all this, and they're like, yeah, you're a delivery boy. He's like, yay.
Yeah, it was very well written, and it was very imaginative. Yeah,
it created like so many memes across the internet over the last 20 years.
They did, yeah. It did, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I always liked the fact that the Doctor.
Farnsworth.
No. The squid. The lobster.
That's my favourite character.
The Jewish guy.
He didn't actually know. He didn't know physiology, the human physiology. So
what was the name of the octopus?
Let me have a look.
People in the chat, can you come through for us? Because he was my
Zoidberg.
favourite. Yeah, Zoidberg. Zoidberg was
yeah.
so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, they even had their first Asian actress in it too, Amy Wong.
Yeah, they did, yeah. But you see this fan film, it's a bit creepy. I mean, you look at if you look at the characters.
Do you always see the worst in everything here?
Creepy.
You know what it reminded me of, Ian? It actually reminded me of something like from the Tintin, the original Tintin movies?
Yeah.
Where they got all the characters spot on.
Yes, I remember.
And that's what it reminded me of. They just got all the characters to look exactly like their counterparts, Yeah.
That's the link right there if you guys are interested. That is a bit creepy, actually.
We've got a new viewer. Hello, Phantom Outsider. You're more than welcome to come inside. Literally. He was a lobster.
He talked like this all the time. Because he had trouble talking with those tentacles in his mouth. And he was always eating fish as well.
That's amazing what they can do. I mean, Jesus. I mean, this must cost a lot of money, this fan film. Bloody hell.
It did look pretty damn good, to be fair.
Yeah.
Wasn't it a BuzzFeed one or something like that, or Funny or Die? Because they put a lot of money into their
No, I don't think it was.
They had Kylie Minogue as She-Ra one year.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
this-
you've not seen that?
No, I really want to see that. But this is just a fan film. It's an unofficial live action version of Futurama. So it's made by people, fans. You know, I mean, it's crazy, and it looks so good. It looks like a professional production. It's crazy.
Not like one of
Is
yours.
that the one that's called Panorama? Is that what it's called, Panorama?
Sorry, say again.
It's called Panorama.
Yes, that's the one.
Is that the one? Yeah.
Yeah. I'll put the link up there for you guys.
All right, okay. Do you want me to put that in the? Yeah, because I was going to ask you what's the right. Okay, you talk amongst yourselves.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's something about it that's quite scary. I remember when I was a kid, when I saw. Actually, I wasn't a kid when I saw it, but you ever see the Twilight Zone movie?
Oh yeah.
The second story with the cartoons. They look a bit creepy.
That freaked me out. No, that freaked me out. That was the whole point, wasn't it? It was supposed to be based on the original one with Bill Mooney. They made with the corn.
Mm-hmm.
Go into the cornfield or whatever.
Yeah.
But I actually recently got all the Twilight Zones on Blu-ray, so I can't wait to actually get into them because I don't think I've actually ever watched an episode of that. I've only ever watched the movie.
I did like the movie though. Thought the movie was okay.
It was. I remember seeing it at the drive-in. I think it was on straight after Gremlins because we had a double feature, and because this is about 1984, wasn't it?
Who was the famous actor in it?
Who
There was
died?
loads of famous actors.
A lot of famous
Morrow
died in it too.
The main famous
Morrow.
actor, the one who was in 2010.
2010.
John Lithgow. Is it
John Lithgow? Yeah.
He was 2,000 feet, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Fucking
The
hell, I
William
dragged that
Shatner
up. Wow.
That was the best one out of all the four of
You're
them.
right.
The best one was that one, and that was directed by Frank Miller. Not Frank Miller.
know why?
What about the guy who directed Mad Max? The guy who directed Mad Max.
George Miller.
George Miller, yeah, it's directed by George Miller.
Yeah.
Brilliantly directed, fantastic.
I should know that because he's Australian.
Oh, here you go. I love the chat coming through for us all the time.
Joe Dante, yes, absolutely.
Well done,
Love
MC.
it. Yeah,
you can come on here anytime, friend.
It's a shame Joe Dante didn't become a really famous director.
Character in it too. You know that too, don't you?
What?
That actual scene. You know that scene with the
Did
cartoon?
he do Inner Space?
Yes, he did.
The girl
he
that
did.
played the sister. I'm doing a Trev here, by the way. Word of Trev.
Toy Soldiers or something.
No. You know that girl, the girl that gets her mouth sewn shut, or because she's always going on. Well, she is actually the voice of Bart Simpson in The Simpsons.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. It was one of her first acting roles.
Oh, I tell you what, this will blow your mind. You know the guy that played.
Not Matt's doll.
The killer in Halloween. What's the killer's name in Halloween?
Mike Myers.
Michael Myers.
You know the actor that played Mike Myers? He directed The Last Starfighter.
No way.
Believe that?
Craig.
Craig.
It's Craig something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Michael Myers. Yeah.
He directed The Boy That Could Fly as well.
Oh my god!
Two films that I saw as a kid.
I saw The Boy Who Could Fly at the cinema, but I didn't see
Phantom
Outsider.
Phantom Outsider in the chat. Joe Dante did Inner Space and Gremlins.
He did, yeah.
Inner Space is such a great film.
Shame it flopped at the box office. I love that.
Such a great film.
No, it didn't. That's a weird thing I find funny is that a lot of people say all these movies flopped at the box office, and it's always massive hits.
Well done.
I think domestic. I think if it flops in America, they consider it a flop, don't they?
Yeah. But I mean, here, it was massive. It's the same with things like Battle Angel Alita and all that sort of thing. If their things do better, it only seems to be if they are huge in China that they seem to get a second go.
China.
Pacific Rim. Yeah, that one.
That one.
Pacific Rim.
Is that not a sexual act?
Yeah.
No, that's Pacific Rimmer.
I will just say, may I just say to Demon was it Decker? I can't even pronounce that. Swap Shop. The idea of inviting people on is that you take part.
I'm sitting here laughing at you guys.
Well, you're not laughing at me because I'm not saying fuck all.
Well, when you do,
It's the Mega Geek and Pots stream, isn't it?
No, Matt is painting. Just leave the man to paint his ceiling, for God's sakes.
these guys are way more knowledgeable about obscure movies than me. Boy Could Fly, for God's sake.
Disgustingly obscure.
I have seen Boy Could Fly. I quite enjoyed it.
I watched my very first saucy movie from the British, like from the 70s. It was called Confessions of a Window Cleaner.
Oh, God. Get the fuck out of here.
For Easter. And I was like watching it and I'm like, this is like softcore porn. And there's no substance. And like, so I love learning about all this history and everything of, British film and all that. But I was like watching it because it's not like the Carry-Ons, that's for sure.
No, it's not. It's not.
And I was like, is there a story to this?
Of course there isn't.
No, it's just Robin, what's his name, getting his end away, isn't it?
Yes, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the same actor that starred in Mind Your Language?
No. This is the thing. I remember a show, you talking about the adventures of a taxi driver.
That's the one, yes.
And I saw that. I actually got into a whole heap of shit trouble back in like 1983 when it was shown on TV, and my brother, because he's a lot older, he could tape it. But I got a hold of this video and I'm watching it and I'm showing my friends, look at this, naked women. This. And then the mother came in to show the friends.
Oh, dear.
And she absolutely blasted me for being disgusting and all this. And I'm like, sorry. But
Jesus.
I mean, when you're 9 years old, naked women are funny.
Well, I hope you did. All right, you didn't crack one off then, no?
No. This is way before time.
MC Robin Asquith. MC's really coming through for us tonight. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Robin Asquith is on Twitter. Join him. He's really, he's a cool guy. Like I add him all the time, and
I'm sorry.
He's like 70 now. He's like 70 now. I watched him in Bless His House.
His dick dropped off years ago.
I watched him in Bless His House with Sidney James last night.
Oh.
And no, it's funny. It's good.
Bless This House is a great film.
It was.
TV series was good as well.
Yeah. That's how I knew. I actually watched that show.
But you guys were talking about the Carry-On films.
We need to do a stream on Carry-On, by the way.
My favourite Carry-On film is Carrying Up the Khyber. That makes me laugh every time I see it. I find that so funny.
That's got a lot of blackface.
It was on TV a couple of days ago.
That's got a lot of...
Yeah, it does. But you know what made me laugh is the climax where they're all eating and there's a huge war outside.
That's like the number one, isn't it? That's like one of the number one British comedy scenes ever.
Yeah, that cracks me up.
Because they tried to actually, if you notice, I actually watched some of the TV series of Carry-On. It's not as funny. But they actually try to recreate that scene.
Yeah.
And it's so dark. I mean, this guy takes his daughter out to go and shoot her, and all this. And I'm like, that's not funny. And you can literally hear the audience, turn around and gasp. They're like, that's not funny.
It's Sid James and the gang that makes that Carry-On thing really work really well. And I remember that scene where I can't remember that guy's name. He was really getting nervous and things were blowing up around him and they were still eating and drinking their soup. And he goes, "It's awful, isn't it?" He goes, "Yeah, the band's terrible. Maybe we should change them."
Oh yeah,
isn't it, Ian? Because I remember watching those when I was like 9, 8, 9, 10, And when you're a kid, you're laughing at just some of the jokes, but you're not laughing at the innuendo.
No.
And then when you see,
I'll give you one if you want. Do you want me to give you one?
What, an innuendo?
If you want.
when I finally got to actually watch them as an adult, I was cracking up even more because I could get all the innuendo. Like, the fact that when Sydney James has got a gun and he's like looking at this naked lady, and then all of a sudden the gun goes back into its shooting position, and I'm like, wow, that's hilarious. I'm just like, I get it.
I remember watching it as an adult and killing myself laughing, and then I was so taken aback by the film when I watched it as an adult again. I actually scouted out the making of, and I watched the making of because they did a documentary on it, and there's that scene in it where they find everybody dead on these hills. And that was in Scotland, and it was freezing. They were saying it was so cold. No one would be in India, weren't they?
The kilts. Yeah. That was Charles Hawtrey, wasn't it? He was that was actually his favourite scene because he got to be a little bit more dramatic.
Yeah.
Than what he was doing. Because I watched him in a show the other day, Zeta 1 it was called. And it's just dreadful. It's dreadful. And you can tell that he's just doing it for the paycheck. But that one you could see he was really liking it.
Well, they were saying that it was so cold because it was meant to be India. It was so cold that he couldn't move his fingers at one point because they were so cold. I was
what you're going to say then. I was like, I hope he's wearing knickers.
Yeah.
In the chat, MC says carry on screaming.
Oh, I love that one too. It's my second favourite. My second favourite.
I didn't see that one for a long, long time.
Guys, shall we not deep dive into the carry on stuff?
Okay.
Because Matt Potts, you're a devil, aren't you?
You should put me on with Trev.
You're a fucking devil.
Oh my god, the stream would never end if you guys. Oh my god.
Fucking hell, the stream would melt.
Oh no, sorry.
In the chat, going back to Dennis Quaid, Phantom Outsider says, "Has anybody seen Wild and Napalm?"
What's that?
With Dennis Quaid.
Obviously not.
There's your answer, Phantom Outsider. No.
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid. He was in that weird movie. Dreamscape.
That was good. Wow, that was great. I remember watching that as a little kid. And man, that Snake Man guy.
It doesn't hold up. It doesn't hold up. It doesn't hold up today.
Shame.
Because it had Max von Sydow in it too.
Right.
He would have made a really good Indiana Jones if Harrison Ford had stepped down and he was still young.
True.
He would have made a really good Indiana
Better
Jones.
than Tom Selleck, that's for sure.
Yeah.
In the chat, MC has heard of it. The film.
But he's been in a lot of
movies.
movies.
Money tonight.
He's been in a lot of movies that people have forgotten about, like that one where he was the guy from, and he had the alien, and they both stuck on the planet. I can't remember what
Enemy Mine. What a film!
Enemy Mine.
What
a
film! What
a lot of people
film.
forget about that movie. It's a really
great
good film.
Yeah, no, I have it on Blu-ray. I've just never watched it, but
I have it on Blu-ray.
Enemy Mine. That was really good.
Yeah,
Brilliant
it's
film.
got Lou Gossett Jr. in it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
As the alien.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, it was a German-based sci-fi film.
Yeah.
German director with ILM special effects.
He also starred
really
in DOA. Remember that one? DOA?
Oh, yes. That's got the guy out of Home Alone in it.
Yeah.
He was the one that poisoned him. Sorry.
I think it was based on it's a remake, isn't it? Based on a black and white noir movie. So he was in that. A lot of people forget that he was in that as well. He was also in that time travel one where he could on the radio. He could hear his son or something like that.
Frequency.
Do you remember that one? Frequency. Yes,
Frequency.
He was in that one.
Yeah, they made a TV series out of that, but they changed it, Ian. Guess
to a
what
woman.
They changed it to?
Yes.
Yeah.
To a woman.
Swap Shop. I think the level of geekery on here tonight is fucking up there, isn't it?
I'm constantly amazed.
You and I are just spectators on this.
I know a lot of it I don't know about, but
I will.
You need to see the movie Frequency if you've never seen it.
It's good.
I've seen that one. Yeah.
Cruel Birab in the chat. I'll just say one of the reasons why I like doing these is because it's the usual guys who turn up in the chat, and you know what? They know their shit. And
They do.
it's really good. As I said many times, if we don't have you guys in the chat, it's fucking boring. You know, we're just four geezers talking shit at each other. But
yeah, I find that the ones that are pre-recorded don't have that.
yeah, don't have the energy. No, don't have the energy. Cruel Birab says, Enemy Mine is great.
It is. It's a
It's
good
a
movie.
fantastic
Yeah, I
film.
just haven't
It's a
seen it for a long time,
fantastic
but I really
film.
need to watch it.
Dennis Quaid,
Because
you know,
his brother's crazy nut, isn't he? Dennis
think-
Quaid's brother.
Yeah, I think Dennis Quaid missed the boat really, because he's a really good actor and he had star quality, but
He is, he's
somehow
not
he
bad.
just missed the boat. He just missed the boat.
Yeah,
That's the thing about Dennis Quaid.
because he's on with, his brother is Randy Quaid,
Yeah,
and Randy Quaid believes in the whole.
Really?
There's the one out of Independence Day, the one that goes through the
Wow.
mothership. Yeah, that's his brother, and Randy Quaid's
That's a
like
great film.
totally a total nutcase as far as conspiracy theories and I've got microchip in my brain and all that sort of weird
Well, I've
stuff.
got one of those now, to be fair, after the injection
Well,
I
I
had the
do
other week.
too.
Swap Shop, have you got
Ian,
one of
you got
those?
Got what, sorry, mate?
a microchip in your head.
Christ, I hope not.
So do I.
I've just,
Without me knowing.
we were just saying I got my first tracking device implanted the other day. Have you got yours yet?
Oh, you mean the injection? No. I've not even had a notification through the post saying I can go and do it.
They're probably going to flick a switch. We're all going to die, and you're going to be left the only one standing, mate. You and a few others. That's probably
I
what they're gonna do.
I see the makings of a good future movie there, mate.
There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, royalty has arrived. Commander
that then?
Culture.
Oh,
It's my very, very good friend, Commander Culture.
I love
He's
Randy Quaid.
he's the
True.
up and
That is
coming
totally an
Doomcock.
That is true.
Wasn't Randy
That is
Quaid
true.
in City
He's
Slickers?
crazy, man.
Was he in City Slickers? Randy Quaid?
No. You're thinking of the same guy that played the murderer in what do you call it? DOA.
Oh, I see.
That was the guy, the one from Home Alone.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm geeking out again.
Home Alone was a good movie,
You're good
though.
at that.
Oh, I can't even remember a thing about it, to be honest. Just Macaulay Culkin gives me the shits. No, he does. It's like anything that he's in, like I'm just like, oh, fuck off. Even now, when he's in Red Letter Media, I'm like, oh, fuck off. And
Is he on that?
take your painted nails somewhere else. Yeah, he tried to convince William Shatner to do it, to do the Red Letter Media thing. He's like, oh, they're really nice guys, and I'm like, no, they're not. They're assholes.
Ah.
Yeah,
Did not know that.
Yeah, him and Patton. Is it Patton Oswalt? He's a twat, but he tried to get William Shatner to do it as well. But
Dennis Quaid met his wife on Inner Space.
Meg
Ryan.
Do you know
Meg
what?
Ryan.
Meg Ryan, that whole breakup. You know that whole reason why they broke up?
Why?
Because she's annoying.
Russell Crowe.
Oh, of course.
And he's a well-known
what's that? Body of Proof, whatever it was, that film.
He's a well-known asshole. He is a really. You do not want to be friends with Russell Crowe.
He's a lead supporter, so back off.
He's a lead supporter.
We'll send the service crew down to take you out, boy.
He actually owns an NRL team here in Australia, the Roosters, and to me, he's just an absolute prick.
Don't hold back.
South Park got it right. Let's just say that. Remember when he was always fighting in South Park?
Yeah, but Meg Ryan was hot. You're absolutely right. And
you're right. She was.
Top Gun.
She was.
Oh, man.
She's not anymore.
Well, yeah.
Have you seen her?
Yeah, she pucked her lips up and all that.
You're
rubbish,
no
ain't you?
oil painting, mate. You know.
Yeah, but I'm a lot younger than her. But Parkinson said it's actually one of the worst interviews he's ever done is with her.
Yeah,
because she was such a horrible person.
And to be fair, I know the feeling.
But she's very cute in When Harry Met Sally, though, and all those other romantic films that she was in.
Oh,
very, very
she's great when she was young, but as soon as she hit the mid-40s, she went off the rails. As far as look, I'm sorry. All right, I know you're
not
got a boner for her. No, I'm not. Yeah, I know you've probably got some boner for her. She was great in Inner Space. She was. I'll give you that.
Not my bag, mate. Not my bag.
I always
on any level. On any level.
I always got her confused with the lady from Meg Ryan, not Meg Ryan. The other one, the one that played Cherry 2000, whoever that was. Do you know that one? Who?
Melanie Griffith.
Melanie Griffith.
Yeah, that's her. I always got her mixed up with her. They always
that's
seem
like
alike.
That's like getting chalk and cheese mixed up.
And listen, and talking
hell.
And talking about famous actors and stuff. Does anyone remember, right, when you were younger, there were actual Hollywood actresses that you actually fancied? I can't name you one Hollywood actress that I actually fancied today.
Scarlett Johansson.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
Scarlett Johansson in The Winter Soldier.
Right.
Oh.
Fuck.
No, yeah.
Yourself,
no. Have you
make your mind up.
Have you ever seen that clip of her in Iron Man 2 behind the scenes where she's doing the walk in the leather black suit?
No.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You can see all the people around her are just watching her up.
Winter Soldier.
No, but when I was younger, it was Linda Carter, it was Lindsay Wagner for me, and all those Jacqueline Smith. Thought she was gorgeous as well. They were kind of my fantasy. Oh, Kate Beckinsale, yeah, she's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Linda Carter hasn't aged very well.
No, she is in her 60s, mate.
You've obviously not seen Wonder Woman 84, then knobhead.
Hey, there's a thing called Photoshop, knobhead.
Olivia Wilde used to look good, but she doesn't look good anymore for some reason.
What was she in?
She started off in House MD. She was one of the regulars in House, and then suddenly she became a movie star. And she's been in a few films like Cowboys versus Space.
She was in Tron Legacy.
She was, yeah, she was.
Okay, yep. I do actually like that film, Tron Legacy.
Jennifer Connelly, she looked great in.
Please don't say Jennifer Connelly. I love Jennifer Connelly.
I liked her in what was that first film she was in? Labyrinth. Yeah.
But that wasn't actually her first film. She was in some sort of Dario, what's his name? Dario something, Argento movie, and it was like a horror movie. Yeah, it was like a horror movie. But but it was The Rocketeer where she really bloomed.
Yeah, she's frightfully thin now, isn't she?
She is. Very thin. I was so upset when I saw her in Battle Angel Alita. Have you seen that one, Ian?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
And she got dissected in that one.
Swap Shop. Swap Shop. Is there any menu fancy then?
I fancy all menus really.
I mean, I remember
kill the stream.
I remember the time when he used to fancy Joanna Lumley in the Avengers. As
Purdy.
Purdy. And that's how old I am. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
crazy
bastard,
days.
Aren't you?
That's how he is now.
MC in the chat. It was Kate Beckinsale's sister.
Sister, yeah. In London's Burning. Yep, it was. And Kate Beckinsale's father was the guy that was in Porridge, right?
Yes, he died early.
Yes.
Like when he was like in his 30 or something.
Yeah.
May I just say...
She was married to Martin Sheen, wasn't she? Not Martin Sheen. What's his name? That Sheen guy from the one that's
Barry
working
Sheen.
with David Tennant now. No, the guy that's working with David Tennant. The guy that's working with David Tennant now on that show.
Yeah. Martin.
Yeah, she was on with him. She actually sends photos of him naked to their kids.
Oh, good.
If they do something wrong.
May I just say to Commander Culture in the chat, if you want to come on one of these, what we do about 10 p.m. on a Saturday night, just to kind of round the week off. I know, my friend, it'll be really, really early for you, but you are genuinely invited to come on next week if you want to come on, my friend, just to kind of geek out, as it were, because these two fuckers, they're just next level geekery. So if you fancy coming on, my friend,
you're replacing me already, asshole.
Did anybody see the trailer for the new Ghostbusters with the marshmallow things running around?
I got sent the link to that, and I was watching the first bit.
Yes.
It was frozen. It just froze, and then I was just getting sound effects, so I couldn't watch the rest of it. And I thought, I don't think I'm really into this.
You know what the mistake they're making is. Remember the first Ghostbusters? The monsters were scary. You had that big dog thing. You had the monster. They were literally
that big
scary.
Dog thing.
Yeah, but now you look at the monsters they have in Ghostbusters. They're all cutie and
what?
And not scary.
You know what that reminded me of?
What's that?
An hallucination. Like he was having an hallucination.
Yeah. Well, might be
not only that,
marshmallows.
but have you seen young Sherlock Holmes?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
That's the one where he opens up the fridge or whatever it was, and there's like all these cakes, and they start trying to jump into his mouth. That's what it reminded me of, like that sort of scene.
But I'm just saying that I think they're forgetting about the way Ghostbusters was. Ghostbusters was there intending to scare kids, and if they go this way with the new Ghostbusters, then I think they're going the wrong way. You know what
was with Ghostbusters was the first one was underplayed.
Yes, yeah.
It was these were guys that were just, trying to make a bob. They were just trying to make some money. And
they end up saving the world.
In the second one, I do love the second one, I have to admit, but they went down. They started to take more from the cartoon, but I do like the cartoony, the cartoony type ghosts. But they went a little bit too, like you had that jogging ghost and that sort of thing. I thought that went a little bit too.
But that's what I'm saying, because the first one, all the ghosts in there, they were pretty. Apart from Slimer, they were all scary. Like the librarian when she turned into that creature and stuff. And I think they missed the point.
For a very long time. I never watched that for a very long time. That scared the hell out of me.
Commander Culture. I think the dog thing makes a return, but the mini marshmallows turned me off.
Same thing with me. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Totally.
Yeah.
I hope those dog things come back, because they were pretty scary when I first watched it. I thought they were really scary.
It'll be all CGI though, you know that, won't you?
Yeah, I know. I don't
really
agree that they've got kids
animation.
in it.
Oh, yeah, well, that too.
Yeah, I don't agree they got kids in it. Really, they should have get the new Ghostbusters, and start from there. Like get some new comedians in, Even 2
girls, 2 boys.
Yeah, exactly. Even get
a cross-dresser.
Famous... yeah, one dressed as a Twinkie.
Yeah. Mega Geek, have you totally written it off then before you've even?
No. I'll definitely go and see it, because obviously I want to wash the taste out of my mouth with the women Ghostbusters. I was absolute shit.
Not seen it. Not seen it.
All right,
I've not watched it all through.
Swap Shop, you seen it?
What, the
2016? Yeah,
2016.
Yes, I'd never wanted to watch it, but I had a house guest who wanted to, because we had it for free, so we didn't pay to watch it. So just sat down and watched it, and I thought, go on, and let's see how bad this is. And at certain points of the movie, I was actually like giggling and laughing at some of the jokes and thinking, oh, this isn't as bad as I thought. And then as it went on, it got worse and worse and worse, and it just ended in such a fucking clusterfuck. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
And afterwards, I could only laugh about it. It was just obscenely bad.
It was.
Commander Culture, dog things, check the trailer, something stomps on the hood of the car, got my hopes up.
Well, Dozer is supposed to be related to the story.
It's going to be very top-heavy of the kids, though. It is.
Yeah. This is why I'm really skeptical, because we've got the bloody Stranger Things cast in it.
That's right.
And that's
not Millie Bobby Brown, thank God.
No relation. No relation.
Yeah.
She plays a dog.
Yeah. What squealing
Matthew.
SJW child?
But you know what? But what they should have done, right, is they should have got, you know, some comedians to, you know, Bill Hayden should have got Bill Hayden in to be the real ghost, but you know, the Ghostbusters take over the other Ghostbusters. There shouldn't be why they've decided that it's kids now. Why have they decided to set it in a small town?
Yeah.
Why isn't it in New York? Why aren't we continuing from where the old Ghostbusters left off?
It's going to be really low key, isn't it? It's not going to work.
Well, I don't know. It just, the whole idea of it seems not giving the audience what they want. Again,
I don't like the actor that they've actually got in that one. The one that was in that preview. What's his name?
Ant-Man.
Yeah, Ant-Man. That's all I know him.
Paul Rudd.
Paul. Yeah. To me, I know he's a fan of the movie, and that's probably why he got the job. But I'm like, to me, he wasn't really he's not a great actor, and he wasn't acting to me. He was just like, I'm in a fan film sort of acting.
Yeah, exactly.
MC in the chat. Kate McKinnon is the best thing about GB 2016.
Oh,
no, she wasn't.
No.
She was awful.
I've not seen the film, but I do like Kate McKinnon.
I was looking forward to that movie. I was really looking forward to it. And as soon as that trailer dropped, bang.
It should be Will Ferrell,
averted.
Will Ferrell, Bill Hayden, and maybe even who's that tall guy? You know, American comedians. That's what it should be. It really should be.
Yes,
shouldn't be kids
100%
at all.
Agree. No Englishmen, nothing. Just
American comedians. That's what it should be. You know.
Earth, you know.
Originally, it was meant to be Eddie Murphy. What's his name? The guy that died, who was in Blues Brothers.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, Eddie
now,
Murphy's flying high now. Yeah, it would be good. Yeah. Now, even throw in Steve Martin if he wants to do it. Do you know what I mean? It should be comedians.
No,
not
Steve Martin. He used to be funny.
What upsets me now is that the original cast, even though like the majority of them are in it, it's only going to be a cameo. It's just going to be another taxi ride, you know. that one.
But do you know how I would start it off? I would start it off with the funeral of what's his name? Egon. That's what I'd start it off with, the old Ghostbusters there. That's how I'll start it off, and you know, everything's coming to a close. Yeah, everything's coming to a close, and then as the film goes on, we introduce to the new Ghostbusters, like, you know, and that's how it should be, set in New York. Another something from the underworld
Sigourney Weaver
to destroy the world. Sigourney Weaver back in it. Yeah, that's what you want, but they're not going to give us that. They're going to give us kids.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because they want the next gen, you know, because it was that you got to remember, Stranger Things was big when they were developing it. Yeah. And this movie was supposed to come out, was it last year or the year before or something? It's been in the can for a long time. Yeah. And so, you know,
Commander Culture says this is a good call, actually. Rick Moranis.
Yeah, well, he
got twatted the other month, didn't he?
You know, Paul? Which character I really loved the most out of that original movie was Annie
Potts.
No. Ernie Hudson.
Yeah, I like.
Oh yeah.
I went and saw him when he was. I couldn't even approach the fella when he was here for a convention. I was just like, I was just awestruck.
Does he say I have seen?
Saw him, I wouldn't have talked to him.
I have seen things that'll turn you white or something like that.
He gets a lot of signings for that's a big Twinkie.
yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
But
nice.
Yeah, but you know, it's just the fact that to me, he embodied Ghostbusters. He's just all of a sudden he's into this. He's only wanting the money, you know, and just the fact that he sees the bigger picture of what's happening, you know. Yeah. And then I mean, there's even that.
I love your accent.
Scene. Who me?
Yeah, you.
You know what, right? My cast would be for the new Ghostbusters.
I'm not that way.
my cast would be Bill Hayden, Will Ferrell, and Eddie Murphy, and then a woman, which I can't think of a comedian, and then maybe another character in there. That'd be my new Ghostbusters.
From SNL. No one from SNL.
Well, Bill Hayden used to be in SNL, and so did Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell is a veteran. Bill Hayden's up and coming. Eddie Murphy's now hot. He's hot now. So that's who I'd cast as the Ghostbusters, definitely. And anyone got any ideas for a female Ghostbuster? Anyone?
Yeah,
Melissa
that
McCarthy.
With the big eyes.
No,
the other one she's worked with, the one with the big eyes, the one out of Mama or whatever her name
Sandra
is.
Bullock.
No. She's in that. She's in everything now, and she's really horrible. I do not
Kirsten
like her.
Wiig.
Not funny. Let me have a look.
You say big eyes. The only person I think with big eyes is Emma Stone. She's got huge eyes.
Oh yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, Emma Stone be good. Do you know what I mean? Maybe 2 females, maybe more, maybe because Ghostbusters was 4 people, weren't it? It was, or was it?
Weren't it?
Was it? Who was in the original Ghostbusters? It was.
Oh, here you go.
You know what?
Commander Culture, Reese Witherspoon.
But she's not hot though. She's not working today. You know, she's not. You need a female that can. People might want to go to cinema to see.
I've always had a thing for Reese Witherspoon. There you go. Moving on.
Come on, lads, think. I want a female Ghostbuster. Who?
People in the chat,
remember
come
her
on,
name.
start earning your money, boys and girls.
'Cause I know
Female
that that's what they
Ghostbuster.
would do.
Emma Stone would be a good call. She's
she done
genuinely
comedy?
funny.
Zombieland, wasn't she? She was doing the Ghostbusters skit in Zombieland.
She's
Oh, gosh,
genuinely
she
funny. She's genuinely funny.
Maybe, yeah. That'd be a good lineup, wouldn't it? And I need one more female to play the. Well, they're gonna have a go at you to get her to play secretary.
What really annoyed me? I probably wouldn't have minded those other characters, but that other lady that was in that Ghostbusters 2016, she was the one that was most annoying. The one that was like the power of Patty compels you. That just really threw me.
No, the black woman. Yeah, I can't remember her name.
Yeah, I didn't care she was black. It was just the fact that she was just so screamy and just so over the top.
Commander in the chats seconds Emma Stone. I think Emma Stone would be spot on. Oh, here you go. Sklavko.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm in.
Woman
Emily
from Thunder
Blunt.
Force.
I'm in.
Emily Blunt would be awesome.
I am in.
No, you need a
Blunt
black
would be awesome.
person in there. You need a black person in there.
Oh,
We got
Sorry,
Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy.
Octavia
Matt,
Spencer.
stop destroying the stream,
Spencer.
please.
Octavia Spencer. Octavia Spencer.
Spencer.
That's the one I was after. That's her. They're going to put her in it.
No. I'm telling you, right, seriously, those 3 will sell
Emily
that
Blunt.
movie.
Emily
Blunt. Emily Blunt would be amazing. Even if you've got Emily Blunt and Emma Stone, that would be awesome. That's a great
Emily Blunt,
lineup.
isn't she being Cruella? Isn't she Cruella at the moment? Cruella?
No, that's Emma Stone. Emma Stone's playing Cruella.
Confused as well.
Yeah. That would be awesome because those 3 comedians, they're very funny. Bill Hayden, Will Ferrell, and Eddie Murphy. So, you know, and all you need is a really good director to direct it. You know?
Do you fancy Bill Hayden by any chance?
I think Bill Hayden's very talented, and no, I do not fancy him because I'm not gay. Right?
he was in It Chapter 2, wasn't he? That's
He was, yeah.
Okay.
He was, yeah. He's
He's
up and coming.
I'll just say,
if
I can get a word in edgeway on my own stream, on behalf of the Mega Geek, everybody in the chat should watch Barry.
Yeah, Barry's great.
Barry,
that's really great.
Here you go, bit of a left field call, but a good one nonetheless. There you go.
Gina Carano, yeah, well, she'd be amazing as well.
Oh God!
Phantom Outsider, you've earned your money, my friend. Well done, well done.
I mean, let's face it, right, guys. This is what people want to see. They want to see Ghostbusters. They don't want to see kids as Ghostbusters. They want the proton pack. They want the what is it, the hearse. They want ghosts. They want scary ghosts. They want a threat that threatens all mankind, where Ghostbusters save the world. That's what they want.
By all means, start it off slow in a little village, but it's got to escalate beyond that. You can't keep it in like Smallville. It's got to progress to like a big area with lots of stakes and loads of people involved.
That's right.
The whole reason why the original Ghostbusters was so successful in 1984 was like the majority of its audience were kids, and it wasn't like it was like a, what was it, like a 12 or something like that? I don't know. I can't remember now. But
it was kind of teenagers type. Yeah,
it wasn't aimed expressly at kids, but kids loved it because it wasn't aimed at them. It was aimed at adults and older kids.
The blowjob scene that blew me because I was like, there you go.
What, the blowjob?
Yeah, the blowjob
the
scene.
Disembodied ghost blowjob that Ray had in bed. Yeah,
the dream. Yeah. But that was like, I remember seeing that movie in the cinema, 1984. Right, I was 10 years old. And I remember taking the bus trip home, and I was like, I've seen a classic. That's never happened before or since. But I have actually gone to a movie and seen it, and I'm like, I have just seen, just seen history.
My favorite
scene
in Ghostbusters is when they get rid of the ghost in the hotel room. And I thought that was absolutely hilarious, where they were trying to, it was flying around the chandelier.
In the ballroom.
In the ballroom. It was really funny.
They want to get in because they've got a group to come in. And
such great lines when they're in the lift and he switches on the proton pack and they both kind of separate because he's wearing that thing on his back. It's really funny. It's a funny movie.
You can tell a lot of it too was on the fly sort of humor as well. You could tell that they kind of came up, and I mean, the casting was just like spot on. You couldn't, and also
get the climax. The climax was spectacular. They were on the roof.
Stairs go. They go up.
You had Gozer. Gozer was going to take over the world. The portal open. I mean, it was a spectacular ending. A really spectacular ending.
I have to ask. I always ask myself one question when I watch that movie: why does Bill Murray have all these narcotics in his bag? To put people to sleep, to put an elephant to sleep. I'm like, why have you got them carrying them in your bag? I know you're a doctor, but it doesn't make much sense.
It's an original movie, and it worked so well. And you wouldn't believe how rushed that film was. Some of the visual effects were incomplete when you watch the movie. There's a bit in it where one of the ghosts come out of the subway, and you could still see the lines around it as it flies. Because they had to rush the effects. And also they hired Bill Murray, but Bill Murray doesn't have an agent, so they didn't know whether he was going to turn up. So they went right to the wire, and they were praying that he'll turn up, and he turned up on the day. So there you go. So they were on a wing and a prayer when I made that film.
Bill Murray, you can tell you can tell that he's a very, very quiet man, and that he
just the opposite of
you. If you approach him, he'll tell you to. Yeah, oh no, look, I'd geek out on him. And when he came down to Tasmania, right, very low key. About a couple of years ago, he came down, and he went down to one of the oldest parts that we've got in Tassie. And anyway, he come down, and he went to a restaurant. Is
that the penal colony?
Yes. But he didn't go there anyway. But he went to one of the oldest ones that were built by a penal colony, and he went to the restaurant. And like people are like, that's Bill Murray, and he's like in his 60s now, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he has this aura about him, and people are going, Bill Murray, come
Kingpin,
here,
great in Kingpin.
Wow. But you can tell he doesn't take fools gladly.
No,
and
he doesn't.
There is actually a scene where people are trying to talk to him. He's at a golf course because he's huge into golf. And people are trying to get an interview from him from the golf course, and he just doesn't want to talk to the fella. And you can just see, he's that sort of person that you just don't really, unless he's in the mood for it, you wouldn't really want to approach.
Are you a fan
of Bill Murray?
Yeah.
Yes. Bloody yes, I am.
No shit.
Last time I saw him, he was on Graham Norton, and he was drunk with the crew, with the cast of the Monuments Men.
Ghostbusters 2016.
No. He was him. What's his name? Matt Damon and the guy that was
Damon.
Yeah, they were all drunk.
I've never seen such an uncomfortable interview as to when he was with those girls from 2016, and you can tell he's like, I don't want to be here. Obviously, I'm contractually obligated for some God knows reason. And you could just tell he just didn't want to be involved, and even when they were trying to get stuff out of him to say, he was just very short and to the point. He just really didn't want to,
Yeah.
I understand 100%,
Swap Shop has got a lot in common with Bill Murray. Swap Shop's a quiet man as well, aren't you, Swap Shop?
I have a figure of Bill Murray too, by the way, from the Ghostbusters. I have all the Ghostbusters.
Maybe I just need to shout into the mic, and then I'm like, just drown everyone else out.
Who, me?
Stood behind you.
That's what I need to do. I need to drown everyone else out.
Sorry, I'll shut up.
I still think they're going the wrong direction with Ghostbusters.
Don't shut up.
I still think they're going the wrong direction.
Just maybe tone it down a bit.
You are totally right. They need to produce a movie that little kids and adults are going to want to watch, with swearing in it, with scary moments, with horror. All that stuff needs to be in there. Otherwise, if it's just going to be sanitized like a bloody Nickelodeon show turned into a movie, it's not going to do the business. I've got a mate at the moment who's obsessed with Back to the Future and Ghostbusters, right? He's just always sending me Back to the Future and Ghostbusters stuff all the time. And the fact that this movie's going to get a release soon, he's going through his head with excitement for it, right? He's buying merchandise and sending me links to artwork and clothing and all sorts. I'm like, yeah, look, I like Ghostbusters, mate, but I'm not that much of a massive fan, you know what I mean? But he's like, he's so excited for this new movie. He says, should we go pre-order tickets for us to go and watch it? I'm like, mate, look, I really care. Have you seen the cast for it?
You fucking killjoy.
But you know what?
Listen,
puzzles
get
me?
on with your painting.
In the trailer, okay, the Ant-Man says to the kids, he goes, "Don't you know about the Ghostbusters?" And he showed them a clip of when they saved New York.
Yeah.
How could they not know about the Ghostbusters? Yeah. They saved the world.
Yeah. Right. It's like the second movie. They've forgotten all
sense.
about what they did in the first movie. It's like they're being chased by the IRS, and they're performing at kids' birthday parties. It's like, what the hell, man? These guys should be legends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What, you would
they blamed them though, didn't they? But it's like a manipulation from the politicians and everything, where they made them look like that they were the ones responsible, and it was a big what? What am I spoiling?
Talking about politics and manipulation.
No. But I'm just saying back then that's what they used to do.
All right.
Back then in the
rabbit
1980s,
holes are very dangerous on streams.
They used to do. No. I'm talking about the 1980s. They don't do that nowadays at all. I mean,
especially when we talk about the 80s.
And also, if you're going to make a Ghostbusters film, you've got to have the Ghostbusters song in it. If you don't have the Ghostbusters song in it, it's not a real guy. No, in the second one, they didn't. They didn't have the rights to it, so they used some Bobby Brown to sing Ghostbusters.
No relation.
No, they did when they played that. When they played that song in the kids' party, they had the Ghostbusters theme song.
It wasn't Parker Jr. We need to have that in the film. Yes.
Really? I did not know that.
Parker Jr. was because what's his name? The guy. He was getting sued, wasn't he? Because they say that he ripped off some chords off.
Oh yes, I remember that. Yeah.
What's his name? Who's the guy who did the Power of Love for Back to the Future?
Huey Lewis.
Huey Lewis. There was a fight in the court because Huey Lewis said he stole his music from a song that he already created.
And he did. He actually did.
Apparently did. So that's what I'm saying. But now it's free. If you don't have that song in the movie, come on, you've got to have that song in the movie because that is Ghostbusters.
True. I was literally in the supermarket the other day, and that song came on, and I was like on my way out, and I'm like, no, I want to stay and listen to the song.
So if you listen to Huey Lewis's "I Want a New Drug," it has the same chords and the same beat. As Ghostbusters. So
that was before he became big with Back to the Future songs, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not really sure about that, but yeah.
Yeah, no, it was. So that was 1985, I think. So
if you're going to make
culture
it properly
in the chat, going back to Bill Murray, he would come to Pebble Beach but refuse to interact or sign anything. A little disappointing, but the man deserves privacy.
He does. The thing is, he doesn't have an agent, and what he's trying to do is have an ordinary life and work when he wants to because he can afford to.
He had an entourage. He has an entourage.
Right.
He can afford an entourage.
Mega Geek's got one of them.
I think he's earned his his point for privacy, and he's he's a star, and if you ask politely, can I have your autograph, and he says no, you got to respect that. You got to step back and say it's that's okay. I mean, he's not doing it because he's an arsehole. He just wants a bit of privacy. Leave him alone. In America they go mad if you say no, I can't give you autograph. They literally go crazy, don't they?
It's like America, Paul McCartney, isn't it?
Yeah, but Paul McCartney married a woman with one leg, didn't he? So
peg legs.
He's not the smartest person in the.
I used to call him peg leg.
She tried to sue him, didn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, she was a crazy woman, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She was totally off her tree, and like people apparently warned him beforehand that she was not quite right.
Yeah.
I don't know whatever happened to her because she used to be a reporter, didn't she? And she stepped on a landmine.
Oh, did
something. She? Yeah, apparently she was on like some sort of report or whatever, and she was in like another country, and she stepped on a landmine, and it blew her leg off.
Wow.
And and that's how she became peg leg.
Oh, you're terrible,
Mr. Potts.
Well, she
was in Pirates of the Caribbean.
when she got divorced from him, she tried to get all his money or half his money or something like that, didn't she?
Cause I think he was just lonely because his wife had just died.
Yeah,
and obviously he's on with someone else now because he's Paul McCartney. But I think Linda was the love of his life, wasn't she?
It was, she was. Yeah.
Commander,
I don't think he cheated on her at all.
Commander,
not like that other cunt. Sorry, I swore. Lennon. I don't like John Lennon.
You'll be getting your bottom slaps for that language, you cunt. Commander Culture, but the difference with McCartney is that Murray is talented.
No, McCartney's very talented. Come on.
Yeah, Commander, both of them are.
Oh,
they are both.
Live and Let Die. Come on.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Jeez. Live and Let Die.
Live and Let Die is the longest, shortest song you will ever hear.
Yeah.
It's an epic.
He's very talented, Paul McCartney. I mean, the amount of music that he's made that people know, if you just hum a few bars, he's very, very talented. Him and John Lennon were incredibly talented people.
Oh, yeah, extremely. Oh, yeah, absolutely. But as human beings,
he did a Halo soundtrack as well, didn't he, Matt? Either one. Yeah.
No, because that's like Michael Jackson doing a Sonic the Hedgehog soundtrack as well.
He did.
You know that?
I'm positive McCartney did a Halo. I'm positive.
Yeah, I'll have a look actually because I know that the guy that originally did the theme for Halo, he's actually taken them to court because and he had to actually leave the series because they weren't giving him his due.
Yeah, his money.
Yeah. I'll just have a look. If it's...
Well, there are a lot of talented people in this world, and it's a shame that.
Oh no, it was the Beatles that influenced the Halo theme song.
Ah,
they didn't have anything to do with Paul McCartney. It was just
I'm sure on. One of the games, I don't know if it was an online game or...
you might be thinking about David Bowie. David Bowie did one too.
Let's Dance.
That's going to bug me now.
Oh, no, that's funny. That's one of the worst. That's one of the worst videos I've ever seen.
Well, what about, what is it? Laughing Known. He wrote Laughing Known and he sang Laughing Known. You not heard Laughing Known? Yeah, no, David Bowie. If you hear that song Laughing Known, you'll just think David Bowie wrote that song, and I think it went to #1 in the UK at one point. If you look it up on YouTube, it's called Laughing Known by David Bowie.
What happened to that that movie that they were bringing out of David Bowie, Stardust or whatever it was supposed to be called? Have you seen that? There was supposed to be a
remake.
No. There was actually a movie, a biopic that they'd done called Stardust. You've not seen this?
No.
You need to see this. There's a trailer for it, and it's about him being around in America when he first was becoming like well known, and but it was before he was really big, and the stuff that they were trying to say, don't say this, don't do that, don't, and he was doing the complete and utter opposite. But they've just done a recent biopic, and I think everybody panned it because it was so bad. So I was just wondering how well it went over there,
I think it's about time they made a really good movie of the Beatles. Get some actors that actually look like them and do a proper movie.
They did. It was called it was the one with Tom Hanks.
No, that wasn't the Beatles. That wasn't the Beatles.
The song went to number one.
The only film that portrayed a famous musician and the person actually looked like him was Ray Charles. Ray. I mean, Fox looked so much like Ray Charles. It was unbelievable, and he was
Will
singing
Smith
all the songs
like
himself.
Muhammad Ali.
Nothing like him. Absolutely nothing.
That was it. I was being facetious there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. There's although I did see a really good biopic of Karen Carpenter once.
Oh, really? Who played her?
Yeah. An unknown. It was a TV drama.
Right.
But just to see her and the way that she went.
Yeah, I think I've seen that. I've seen that.
Devastating,
I know Kurt Russell played Elvis at one point.
Yeah.
A film called Elvis.
He did.
Who did that? You know who directed that?
John Carpenter, didn't it?
Yeah.
John Carpenter directed it.
He got so many other jobs in, Escape from New York and Big Trouble in Little China.
Much love for Big Trouble in Little China at the moment. Critical Drinker just revisited that one. Such a great film.
They're remaking it.
It was all right. It wasn't great. It was
Ian, it was great.
It was.
I'm right. I'm right. You're wrong.
I love the supernatural elements of it. I love it, even though he's a buffoon and everything. He's no Indiana Jones.
When I was 16, I loved it.
Mm.
Yeah, it went straight to video here. It wasn't at the movies.
It was so bad. It went to audio. No,
that's Rebecca Gold, isn't it?
Exactly. No, I didn't.
And you say I'm bad.
I'm just getting warmed up, mate.
I just didn't think it was. I thought I enjoyed it, but I didn't think it was enjoyable as a lot of films that came out that year. If you know what I mean. So I did enjoy it because I was a John Carpenter fan. I still am actually.
Same here.
So I did. Yeah, I did enjoy it.
Is it Wyatt Russell? Is it Wyatt Russell playing Captain?
Yes.
America.
Yes.
Oh yes, that's the stunt.
Movie. Yep. He was in a J.J. Abrams movie called.
He's playing Captain America.
No, he played an American soldier in another movie, which I didn't even know that he was Russell's son.
He's retired, isn't he?
Goldie Hawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His wife.
His mother,
well, they're not married. They're not married. Yeah. They're not married. But
they're still together, though, aren't they?
They're still together. Yeah. But he's retired now. Kurt Russell. His last role was Santa. That was his last role.
Go on. That must be like the final role.
Did the film? Did he deliver?
Yeah. It was on Netflix, wasn't it? It was Santa Claus Chronicles. He played Santa.
Did he deliver in the role? Would you say?
Yeah. Of course, he delivered all the presents in the role.
Thank you.
I really want to think too.
If
that'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
I know. I was just thinking that The Thing 2 is one film that is needed.
The thing is, though, how could you carry on from that point? Because they're both sitting there in the snow and they don't know who's the thing. So how do you carry on from that point? That's the question.
It was a comic book. And it was he was
Swap Shop sent me it. Swap Shop, are you there? Are you alive?
I sent it to Ian as well.
What did you do? What did you
do? The Thing comic book that was set directly after the movie. It's amazing.
You sent it to me?
Yeah. I sent it to you via WeTransfer. Yeah.
Boomer.
That was the Dark Horse
Get a grip.
One, wasn't it?
Yeah, Dark Horse. It was all airbrushed and painted. It was absolutely beautiful. I'll send it through again. Don't worry about it. I'll send it through again.
Okay. But the thing
Send
is,
it to me too if you can.
did they do a good job with the story though? I mean, carrying it on from that point.
Absolutely, amazingly. Yeah, amazingly.
Okay.
You can literally see a movie on the page. It's mind-blowingly good.
Is it that good? Wow.
Yeah, Matt, send me your DM me your email on Twitter, and I'll send it to you as well.
Yeah, well,
Commander, I'll send you it, mate.
MattPot74 on mine.
It's also, you don't understand why Hollywood, if it's so good, why didn't Hollywood grab it and say, all right, let's make a sequel? What about
Well, they did. It was shit.
Well, no, well, they didn't.
Prequel.
It's a prequel. It wasn't a sequel.
Still shit.
But you know,
the reason they made the shit Alien versus Predator movies and not the original Amazing Dark Horse.
They should have. They should have used that. But also, what is it? The computer game with Ellen Ripley's daughter. Yeah, apparently that's meant to be really good as well. So why didn't they do that?
That was incredible. I've played that all the way through. That's the true sequel to Alien. It is mind-blowingly good.
Yeah, so, I like to fight. You couldn't really fight in that game, and I like to fight a bit.
Yeah, it's not a fighting game though.
You got to hide in a cupboard.
It's survival horror. So,
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Hide under desks and hide in cupboards.
So there was no get away from her, you bitch moment.
No.
It's very much the first movie in a game, basically.
The Alien Queen was a strong female lead, wasn't she?
She was, definitely. She got blown out of a hairlock, but hey,
she's a Disney princess.
A hairlock.
Disney princess now. Disney princess. Come on.
Yeah. It's James Cameron did a really good job on Aliens.
Cracking film.
One.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant job on
I like the making of that. That's just hilarious. The women with Tea Lady, that much cracks me up.
With the British technicians who
the
walked off set. What are you doing? Well, we have a break every morning.
And then when he had a go, that guy not wearing his gloves, that was hilarious as well. Remember that bit? James Cameron is having a go with that guy. He's going, "Why aren't you wearing your gloves?" Because when he was trying to pull the alien with the wire. Do you remember that scene? No. Remember that? Oh dear. You should watch it again.
I should.
Yeah.
Maybe we should.
It's a great movie. They're the first and the second one were terrific. The third one was absolute nonsense, and the fourth one didn't even talk about the fourth one. You like the what?
I like the third one. I like the third one only because it was something a bit different. That was all. It was different from the first two. That was for sure.
I don't know. I didn't like the third one at all. I thought it just shitted all over the second one. Everybody died. The girl died in the pod.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree with that. 100%.
Cruel Birab in the chat says James Remar.
Yeah, it was the original Hicks, but he was drunk or some nonsense. They fired him.
Oh, pissed up.
Have they met the latest Hicks? Oh my god.
Who's the latest Hicks?
Oh, he was. That was the love interest of Ripley, wasn't it?
Well, meant to be, but I didn't go that far.
Killed him off, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. But the guy that does it now, the actor that they replaced him with, he's heavily into drugs and everything.
Who isn't? MC.
Dean, yeah.
MC Alien. Sorry,
he really
Aliens still looks good today. You will be. Alien 3 director's cut is the best.
The first Alien, right? What's interesting about the Alien films is the first Alien, right? The special effects in that was done like Space 1999. They didn't have a computer generated rig.
Nice.
They just used what they can. The models were huge and it looked really good. And but if you look at Aliens, you can tell they're models in some shots. And even though it's really nice to see models flying around on wires and stuff, I still think the effects in Alien, when it comes to the spacecraft, were slightly better.
Projection as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was slightly better than in Aliens, if you know what I mean. So
I watched that in 4K recently, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Especially the spaceship, just to see all the design, the detail, and everything on the spaceship.
Sulaco.
They really went to. No, the Nostromo, isn't it?
Oh right,
Nostromo.
sorry, Alien. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that was huge. That was like a 20-foot model that they were trying to land. It was all done with big rig, wasn't it? And it was a huge model. That's why it looked so good. But as I said, in Aliens, even though the effects was good and they're using a bit of computer generated cameras, you could still tell they were models. But anyway,
Crowe Birab, Veronica Cartwright apparently auditioned for the role of Ripley.
She did indeed. She didn't get it, but she did indeed. Yep.
And I heard that apparently I think it was from Trev, a guy one of our regulars on here. Something to do with Veronica Cartwright's lines were cut. Something to do with Sigourney Weaver not liking her or wanting more.
I don't know what happened there, but it's very creepy film though. When you first watch it, when I watched it in the cinema, I thought it was very creepy. Alien.
I don't know. I was watching when I was watching it the other day. Is there like an alternate cut? Because I remember Veronica Cartwright actually screaming at her and telling her, you bitch, you should have let us in,
Yes.
But it wasn't in that movie that I watched, so I was like,
you probably watched the original cut. The director's cut has all that stuff in it. The director's cut.
All right, gotcha.
Is there any replicants in it?
No. No. But I mean, I even thought Ian Holm was very creepy in it as well, because there's that one shot where
he's supposed to be though, wasn't he?
Yeah, I know, but there's one shot that really creeped me out when I was in the cinema where he was looking at the specimen and the camera was slowly tracking towards him, and I kept thinking something was going to happen, but it didn't. It was Ripley that creeped up on him. But that just when I first started the cinema, that kind of made me on edge. So it's a well-directed movie.
Crowe Birab in the chat.
Tom Baker, when he went and saw that film, Alien, he went with Layla Ward, who he was seeing at the time, and apparently he screamed at the screen and said, "Let something fucking happen." This is boring. He goes, "I'm bored."
Crowe Birab, this is very avant-garde. I actually saw Aliens first.
Oh, that's not too bad. If you saw Aliens first, are you going to go to the doctors about that? You're going to talk to someone about that?
I think he should.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be back.
Do you want to call it a draw there, guys?
Yeah.
Or do you want to do the three?
It's up to you.
We'll do the three, but Swap Shopper's going to start the remaining 15 minutes because he said fuck all stream, to be fair. Same here, to be fair, but we can't get a word in edgeways.
Well, you get used to it after a while. What's Meggie D said? I'm going to the bog. Oh, that's nice for him.
He's old, bless him.
At least he muted.
Yeah. Matt, are you there?
Yeah, I'm still alive.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Go on then.
The one that's been noisier the whole stream.
The one who's been fiery. Have you got any filling? Have you got any fillings, by the way? Do you have fillings?
No. They're all white now.
All right. Is there any sparks coming off them?
Why? What are you saying?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Hey, I'm Australian. We're not exactly quiet and deadly.
We know, mate. We know. We won't hold it against you. Don't worry.
We have animals for that.
Yeah. Well, what we'll do is we'll go
have you seen the latest mouse plague here in Australia?
I think I saw.
You need to Google that. That's amazing.
To be fair, I've not watched much news, but I think I did see on the BBC. It's just like a sea of
exactly.
mice.
Yeah, on the ground. Yeah, it's amazing.
So, what does that do for the environment?
That's a farm, see, because they go and they eat all the wheat and everything. So they're really
what's caused the explosion, as it were.
Oh no! Well, we've had it before where we've had like what we do is normally, and we've had this issue is that we get other creatures in to take care of the pests, but then of course, guess what happens? They become the pets. So, we had one with cane toads. We had a problem with a beetle that was eating all the sugar cane and all that. So they
wasn't Paul McCartney, was it?
No,
John Lennon.
They got him in. He's back. They're having a go at you. They said you needed a coloscopy bag.
I'm
no,
old,
you said
mate.
that.
I'm old.
That's what I fucking said. I said that is old.
I'm old. What can I say?
You can't help it.
My age.
The old deer. Listen,
it's not long.
The old deer's enjoying himself. Don't he's been here 3 hours. He's enjoying himself. He's got to go for a piss every now and again.
That's right. Absolutely. I can't sit for a 2-hour movie without going for a piss now. That's how bad it's gotten with me.
Well, 2 hours 45 minutes, mate. So well done.
I always like movies now for an hour and a half. I don't like them any longer. I went and got some a Kurosawa movies.
Oh, what?
And
Kurosawa.
Yeah, a Kurosawa. And because I'd never seen any of those,
Do you
and
have
I
that
really
with
want to be.
rice?
I really want to be. I'm like, I love samurai and everything, and I thought I'm going to watch these Hidden Fortresses and stuff like this.
Samurai.
And I started to watch it, and then I'm like, oh, okay. So how long does this go for? And then I'm like, over 3 hours. I'm like, no. I'm like, I do not have the patience nor the time to sit through a 3-hour movie with
It's a long run. Yeah, it's a long run.
No, and that's the thing. I think Steven Spielberg had it right, because I mean, if you remember, movies used to have a little thing in the middle of them, didn't they?
It's called an intermission. It's called an intermission.
The big ones used to. I remember a long time ago when I went to see 10 Commandments, and I had an intermission because that was a 3-hour movie. I had an intermission in between.
When I watched a Disney movie.
MC in the chat. I got 7 Samurai today.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I mean, the thing is, I got to admit, it's not as good as Magnificent Seven, though. I enjoyed Magnificent Seven better than that.
Cruel Birab, 7 Samurai, 3.5 hours.
I like That'll Be on the Stars.
That'll Be on the Stars.
Yeah, that's like a future riff of Seven Samurai, if you've never seen it.
Are you two guys into all this samurai stuff then?
I do like some of them, but not all of them though.
Matthew,
you know what? I watched a movie. I played this game called Ghost of Tsushima, and
there you go, Cruel.
I really got into it, and then there was a show, there was a movie box set that I got, Zatoichi, and I actually do like Japanese cinema anyway. I like the horror and that. And I got this box set of Zatoichi, and it was a totally different samurai movie.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you're aware of it, but he's like a blind swordsman. But
I think I've seen that one.
He only uses, this is like the original, and he only uses his sword just to protect himself, really. And it's like, he cuts a candle in half, when someone throws it, and that sort of thing. But he goes up against samurais.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it's just, and I was watching it and I was like totally enthralled by this film, it's like 60, 70 years old.
You and Cruel Birab should maybe do a little bit of a live stream because he's into all this stuff. He's well into it. So.
Yeah, I think I saw him say he played Ghost of Tsushima the other day. That was so much better than The Last of Us Part 2. I was like, it wasn't woke at all.
MC
it wasn't woke
in the
at
chat.
all.
Can you see that voice?
Yeah, he said, it's true. Lucas was influenced.
They were so mad. They were so, yeah. Well, it was literally it actually has a filter in it that you can actually make it into a sour movie by making it with black and white and grain.
Right.
And it actually, you can play the whole game as like, it looks like one of those movies, and it's just amazing. I had to turn it off after a while because I just like a bit of colour.
MC, says in the chat, there are some great Japanese and Korean movies out there, better than
Absolutely.
Hollywood.
Absolutely.
And then quickly
I just got the
followed
box
up.
set. I just got the box set of One Missed Call, and that was Americanized, and it didn't do very well. But if you've ever seen the Japanese,
it was a British film, I think it was. It was
One
based
Missed
on.
Call.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was a British.
Because I know
British
they remade it into an American film.
Yeah,
and
they
it was
did. Yeah,
awful.
yeah.
And
yeah.
but that was amazing. To see that
There are other countries that are better. They make some classic movies and then the Americans try to copy it. Like for instance, Let Me In the original Let Me In is a brilliant horror movie, and then the Americans tried to copy it. And it was just freaking awful. It's just sometimes when the Americans try to copy something that's really good, they just don't get it. They don't get the tone of it.
No, they don't. Well, they want to change it all, don't they?
Yeah.
As soon as they bring it in, they want to change it all. And it's like, well, because you look at all the TV shows that you guys, the British TV shows that you guys used to make, like in the 70s and 80s, and they've remade them. And it's just totally different. I mean, you look at that All in the Family crap. And I mean, I can't fucking stand to look at it, It's just rubbish.
Big T
and
Moore.
Whereas, you see this stuff that I don't know what it was called. What was it, Alf Garnett or something?
Yeah, it was Death to Us Part, it was called.
Yeah.
They started to show it on Australian TV here, like in the last 20 odd years. And they literally had to pull it off. They weren't allowed to show it anymore. They were told, no, because we're a multicultural society now and they don't get it. And it's like, well, it's a whole parody. That's the point of comedy, You're
going down a rabbit hole, mate.
It's like, I know. But like I said, I've been watching a lot of early British comedies and that. And, it's just a totally different world than it is now,
Certainly is.
And I find it funny. I mean, there are some things that I cringe about. Sometimes they'll say a word that probably they shouldn't use. And no. I only use that word for particular individuals. I don't use
it's
it all
lost
the time.
If you said that word 20 years ago, now it doesn't mean anything. Big T Moore, going back to the Japanese stuff, Shogun Assassin.
I remember that one. Yeah, I think I've seen it. I can't remember it though.
There was a show that was huge here in Australia called The Samurai, and
Richard Chamberlain.
Was ever shown there? No.
That was Shogun, wasn't it?
That was Shogun.
Yeah, I've got that on DVD actually. That actually had the original guy from all the samurai movies in it. He was.
Richard Chamberlain. Richard Chamberlain was the original Jason Bourne. Richard Chamberlain was the original Jason Bourne.
You're joking.
I'm not. The very first Bourne Identity movie was a TV movie with Richard Chamberlain and Jacqueline Smith.
Wow.
Look it up.
Yes, I remember that.
Top trivia.
There you go.
I just remember Richard Chamberlain.
That's why we get him on.
Yeah. That was, who was the girl in that? She was gorgeous. The girl in that one.
She married Brian Brown.
No relation. Rachel Ward.
That's it.
Rachel Ward. That's her. Yeah, she doesn't
Rachel
really
Ward
act anymore.
She back in the day, fit as fuck.
You're right.
And what about that girl that starred?
Her sister was as well.
With Revenge with Kevin Costner. She was gorgeous as well, and she was also in
Madeline Stowe.
Stowe. She was lovely.
Oh, yes. No, she was. Actually, there's quite a few people that should be still acting. A lot of them should still be acting, but they're just not. I think they sort of become.
Well, they married rich, didn't they? So they don't have to work anymore.
Not only that, but they also join. All these, like you've got not Brett England. What was the name of that
Revenge
sex
was a good film.
Germany, the blonde girl, Bardot, Bridget Bardot.
Yeah.
She's on. She's all about animals and everything now, which is not a bad thing. But it's just the fact that she just gave up modelling to do that.
She did. Yeah. She found what she really wanted to do, and she stuck with it.
Yeah, and she used a name for it. And it did her well. Yeah, and she's still remembered today.
Yeah, Bridget Bardot. She was gorgeous when she was young. Absolutely stunning woman.
Was she the one that was married to Peter Sellers? Well, that was Britt Eklund.
That was Britt Eklund.
No, I don't know. I remember there was this film a long time ago with Jimmy Stewart and the little boy from Lost in Space, and he was meant to be a math.
Bill Murray?
Yeah, he was a maths genius. He was a maths genius, and he wanted to meet Bridget Bardot. It was all about him being a maths genius. It was a comedy, and right at the very ending, Jimmy Stewart arranges so he can meet Bridget Bardot at the ending. I can't remember what the film was called. If anyone in the chat could tell me what that film was called. No, that was the one with the rabbit. But I remember seeing this film on ITV, and I don't know what it was called. It was a long time ago I saw it, but I remember the film, and I remember the ending when he actually met Bridget Bardot, and the little kid didn't know what to say to her. So, but anyway.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if I can see the movie, because he was in a lot of stuff. Bill Murray.
Yeah,
he was in a lot.
Babylon 5 as well.
Here we go. Dear Bridget.
There you go.
1965.
There you go. That's when I was born. 65. Yeah. There you go.
Well, I didn't know. There's all these movies that I'm finding popping up, and I'm like, I didn't know that Peter O'Toole played. Jesus Christ! I didn't know that.
Me and Swap Shop are gonna just fuck off. We'll leave you two to it. All right. Yeah.
He's gone. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Who's watching anyway?
He's throwing a wobbly.
Who's watching anyway? Let's have a look.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Commander Culture. Hey, Cruel Barab. Hey, Tupac Shakur. It's good to see you again. MC. Bigot Moore. Hi.
Bigot Moore. Yeah, Bridget. Yeah, I remember that.
Hello, Slabco.
We're on the 3 hours, and we've had a steady 7 and 8. Sometimes we've had 9. So
that's nice.
It's been very, very steady for the 3 hours, believe it or not. So obviously these people haven't got a home to go to.
Of course they have. They're at home now, watching this. So there you go.
Do you want to call it a draw at 3, or do you want to go a little bit longer?
Yeah. No, let's go 3.
Was I going to say?
You goodbye.
Swap Shop. Are you still writing your book?
I am writing it. Well, I will be writing it again once I've decorated the house, mate. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
But I'm kind of sort of semi-writing it when I'm not writing it, if you like, because I keep getting ideas and I just note them down in a notepad file on my phone. So I'm kind of adding to it, but not sort of, constantly typing away. If you
Cheers,
like.
MC.
Ooh, I'm trying to find myself a TARDIS because I've got to shoot that trailer, haven't I? So.
Ooh, yes.
I've got a date as well, so
there's another half hour of the stream in that.
I'm getting sleepy now. Good show. Thanks, MC.
Yeah,
shall we?
Who's playing the Doctor?
You'll find out.
I think I know who he's got. I think
I know her name.
Jodie. Her name is Jodie Whittaker.
No, you're going to replace that plane, can't you?
I'll just say can I just say to the guys and girls in the chat, do you want us to go on for a little bit longer? If you do, but it always happens with YouTube that you go, for some reason, you get towards the end and you get the tsunami of viewers coming in.
Well, I've got to go anyway, so that's the thing with me. I've got to go, but you can carry on without me if you need to.
No,
I've literally got to go.
It'd be rude.
It's the Ian and Matt show. Come on.
3 hours. I will just say to everybody then in the chat, as I've said, we've had very, very steady numbers. So it's good to be back on Saturday night because I don't think I've done one for a couple of weeks. So it's genuinely
should be
good
normal.
Yeah, it's genuinely good, guys, to have you back. As I said, Commander Culture will pop up next week, hopefully.
You got to remember, I haven't spoken to Mega Geek for a long time, or you, Mr.
We could tell. So that's fine, mate. Don't worry about it.
And I'm wide awake now. I've had my coffee.
Good man. We're all going to bed soon. Guys in the chat, I know you've subscribed, liked, and all that. If you haven't though, just click what you've got to. I'll just say we are nothing without you, boys and girls, in the chat. It's really, really great for the interaction. So, well, I'll thank you for that. I'll thank the guests. Swap Shop, I know you've said not a lot, but cheers for being on, mate. Appreciate
thanks
that.
for the invite, mate. I've just listened. I've enjoyed listening to the discussion. It's been great.
Yeah, you're a good lad. Anytime you want to come on, you know that.
Yes,
so, cheers, my friend. Mr. Potts, thank you, sir.
That's okay. No worries. Anytime.
You are wonderful.
I know I am.
He's Australian, everybody, but we won't hold it against him.
We look after our friends.
Yeah, and the Mega Geek, thank you, sir.
No worries. Anytime.
Is your bladder okay now?
It's fine, but I'll probably wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning for another pee. You know what it's like. So
I do, mate. Thanks for coming on, my friend. Really good to have a catch up. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
That's it then, boys and girls. We will see you next time. Tell your friends about us. Like, share, subscribe, all the usual shit. So yeah, tell your friends. Let's get the numbers up. Cheers, guys. See you soon. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.